What's going on? I am Nando.
And I'm DJ.
This is Mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where every week we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
This week, we're talking about a movie that has one normal guy and one piece of like construction machinery or something. Like if you've never seen it, that's what it sounds like from the Diggins sound. But no, we're talking about the movie of the year, perhaps. We'll see. I mean, Mercy.
It's a movie of the year.
Yeah, and some of these might get more BS, like they may get a second life on streaming. You never know, like Silent Hill or something. Mm-hmm. But as of now, one of the movies of the year, we're talking about a movie called Free Guy. Oh, no, excuse me, the other one. What's the other one called?
Let's do Free Guy. Let's do Free Guy. I like that.
All right, let's do Free Guy. No, Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary, everybody. Remember that? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Could have been called Free Guy. They free him from Earth, you know? Like,
yeah.
They probably had to change the title of the book because they were like, fuck, damn, I got a movie called Free Guy. But that's what you got to do. But yeah, we're going to talk about Project Hail Mary this week. The movie, obviously, not the book, even though we are a book podcast now sometimes, but mostly not.
I know.
Only if those books have pictures.
Yeah. And this one I hear doesn't have pictures, which is why a lot of people had to draw the thing from it based on what they thought it looked like. And then it was interesting to see. I always like that when you have to get something described in a book and then everybody's like, oh, I think this is what it looks like. And then you see it in the movie and you're like, oh, I was way off. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of a good example of that outside of this. But anyway, we'll get to it. But you guys, before that, we got to talk about some news. Oh, boy, you guys. Remember last week we were talking about the In Memoriam segment? I don't want to say we left one off because we couldn't have known about this.
But there will be one on next year's ceremony.
Yeah, it'll probably be the whole thing because it's such a big part of like, you know, movie making. Is DJ? Have you heard what happened to Sora this week?
No, what happened to Sora?
Diggins, you tell him. I can't even say it. It's to make me too sad.
Well,
not for Final Fantasy, by the way, or whatever. Kingdom Hearts. This is the other one.
Well,
oh yeah,
that ruins the joke. I was about to tell DJ that Sora got Norded.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I never played any of those games.
Tell me what happened to Bad Sora.
Yeah.
Well, DJ, you don't have to call it Bad Sora anymore because now you can call it Dead Sora.
Dead Sora. They killed it. They killed it.
Sora. Like Dinosaurs. It is dead.
Yeah, OpenAI pulled the plug. They're just like, we're not doing this anymore. They completely shut it down.
Why?
They came to their senses.
Wildly unprofitable.
Yeah, that because it was unprofitable. They'll never do that second thing.
Okay.
But they also were the one that just picked up that $1 billion contract with Disney that now is just gone or whatever. I don't know.
That's off now.
That's probably good for Disney, right?
It's probably good for the world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was ever good for Disney, so I guess so. It's good for the Disney executive that was at a party with the Sora executive and really wanted to seem cool. So he was like, we'll buy your fucking shit. And then he got caught in it forever, and now he gets a way out. Like that part of it is awesome for him. But yeah, what movies? Now that we know it's done, because it's done, and there's other ones. Obviously, we still have Grok giving us, you know, anime girls doing whatever it is they do.
Yeah.
Telling Elon Musk he has a regular penis and is a good father or whatever. And then I feel like there's another one that I can't remember. Mind Journey, is that one of them?
Journey is an AI thing. I don't know if it does video or not.
I think it does like a lot of, either it was one of the first video, like image ones or just video, but whatever. Sora is one of the higher profile ones. And now they're not going to be able to use that to make movies anymore. But I was just like, what were you most excited to see Sora do that now we'll never get to witness as a culture?
I guess I was really hopeful that we could just get a lot more Lord of the Rings stuff, you know. I thought.
Well, DJ, do I have news for you? Do you not know the news about the Lord of the Rings thing?
Well, I guess that's why it was on my brain, but it was AI related.
Not that I read.
No, not as far as we know.
Yeah.
No, maybe that was my awesome transition I did too early. No, what's a better one? What's something that's not on my brain?
I'm really sad we're not going to get to see all my favorite dead celebrities make all the brand endorsements they never got to make in life.
Oh,
yeah. I'm really sad we're not going to be able to see that 1950s Avengers movie where they're all played by like Jimmy Stewart or whatever, and they all stand there. You know, I was like, they were getting there.
They all
were
stand
this close.
there in the center of the frame.
Yeah.
And the camera just sort of like swirls around them for a bit.
It was going to be pretty good, but now they're not going to do it anymore. It's a real shame.
That is a shame.
What about you, DJ? Have you remembered what your favorite one was?
Too easy. Obviously, I'm so sad we're not going to get the horror version of Cinderella once that hits the public domain, or maybe Disney. They were
Cinderella
Disney,
is well within the public domain, and they made that last year.
Did they really?
Have you not seen that?
Oh my god, it
was called The Ugly Stepsister. Apparently, it's kind of good.
Yeah, I've heard some good things actually.
All right, yeah, for real, what I meant to say is I'm so excited Sora isn't gonna give us the AI remake of
they did love that
Dracula, but this
Untold.
time it's a lady.
Oh,
you mean Camilla?
Lady Dracula? Yeah.
Oh, the chicken from Muppets? Is she a Dracula
That's right.
too? That would
That's
explain her love affair with Gonzo, who's just barely a person in my eyes.
We all know you hate Gonzo.
I love Gonzo. I don't like the movie that kind of canonizes him as an alien. I think that's weird.
I think they've walked that back. I think that's not true anymore.
I think that's good for them, and it's not a bad movie. I like his origin being even more mysterious than that. But yeah, that's good that she's a Dracula. Is she a Dracula? Does she only drink the blood of other chickens, or does she drink the blood of humans and chickens?
No, I think it's got to be other chickens.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's good. Like, that's pretty. There's a lot of that. I mean, we do that kind of. We eat their flesh, so might as well drink their blood.
It's probably super easy for her to just like head down to the chicken processing plant and just pick up sacks and sacks of blood we're not using.
Can I say I've never had chicken blood in my life? And,
yes, you have.
Oh no, Diggins.
It's in the meat.
God.
I mean, you've never had like a thing like that where like you get like a fresh piece of meat and there's a little bit of blood in it when you cut it in. Like salmon does that sometimes for me. Like I notice. Yeah,
DJ, do you know why meat juice is sometimes reddish? It's because of the blood.
Listen to me. I'm the don't tell me how hot dogs are made guy. Okay, all right. So let's just stop right now before I become vegetarian.
DJ, blood's tasty.
Kind of hot dogs.
I don't want to know.
I've had blood sausage and it was really good.
Dude,
I mean, listen, the Draculas can't be wrong, you know? Like, well, they can be wrong, I guess, but they seem pretty. Like, I've never seen a movie where a Dracula eats a human, like, drinks blood and is like, ew. They're always pretty happy with it. They're always pretty satiated by it.
They're always like, yum, 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 tasty blood.
Exactly. So I can't imagine it's worse than, any of the. Plus, so much shit we eat, is processed and like at least that's fresh from the person,
All right, Maha. All right, yeah. all this processed stuff that's bad.
I'm on an all human blood diet right now.
All these dyes and red 15. Blood doesn't have red 15 or whatever. It doesn't have that.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'm just still stuck.
It's just naturally red.
Blood sausage.
Blood sausage is a real food that tastes good, DJ. What do you want from me?
Blood.
Yeah, it's one of those weird English foods, but it exists.
I had it in Spain, actually.
Blood sausage is like never mind. You got to pay extra for blood sausage if you know what I'm talking about.
I see. You're suggesting it's a penis.
Yeah.
Is blood sausage? Never heard of such a thing.
Are you for real? You've never heard of blood sausage?
You've never heard of it? Oh, yeah, it's a thing. I mean, like, it's not like a thing. Like, you can't get it at, like, TGI Fridays, but it's, like, a real thing that people eat. I don't know how much of it is. I don't think it's, like, a sausage made exclusively of blood. I think there's other stuff in it. Yeah, but it's blood pudding. That's another blood thing.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with any of this stuff, so.
Well,
I'm
that
uncultured
gives
that
us.
way.
You got to watch a Matt Berry show or movie, and we got to feed you a big bucket of blood one of these days. We're gonna have a blood and berry party. We were talking about throwing you a surprise party before that you were involved in. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be the other thing we were talking about. It's going to be just pure blood. You're going to open up all the things. You're like, oh my God, it's hot dogs. Nope, it's blood. And like a chicken bake blood. Do you want to talk about the...
That sounds like a fun party.
That does sound pretty fun. Do you want to talk about the Lord of the Rings thing? Because I saw that yesterday too. And I think that's really interesting.
Why? Why do you think it's interesting?
Well, I mean, for a couple of reasons. Are we talking about the same thing? Yeah, the Stephen Colbert part. It's like so funny that so people that don't know, they're making a Hunt for Gollum movie, and that's like underway. Andy Serkis is in it, and he's directing it. Whatever, I don't know who wrote it, but all these are based off of like a couple of sentences in the books that they're expanding into stuff. But like Viggo Mortensen's coming back for that. I realized I heard recently.
Is
I
he
think.
Really?
Like,
wow.
I know we got McKillen pretty early, but somebody else that I didn't expect to come back for was. It might be. I don't know. But either way, they're doing that. But then the next one they're making, I can't remember what it's called, but it's based on 6 chapters in the early Fellowship of the Rings book that kind of get glossed over in the first movie for obvious reasons, because there's just so much. And it's being written by Stephen Colbert and his son, apparently, who is also a screenwriter.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's exclusively the Tom Bombadil stuff, but the Lord of the Rings fans kind of that's how you triangulate what we're talking about here. And they all know, because this is always the thing that Lord of the Rings fans are like, they should have done Tom Bombadil.
Do this.
Although wasn't he in the new show or something? I never watched it, but
Tom Bombadil? Yeah, he was in season 2.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's not going to be exactly that. Because I don't know how those are supposed to sync up to like the real books, like the real movies based on just the straight up books. But yeah, I wonder about that. That is really the only thing they could possibly do to make me not hate these cynical like things
Cash
of Lord
grab.
of the Rings. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings or like expanded universe stuff. Just feels so not fun and boring to me. But then it's like, well, Stephen Colbert is doing one, so I'm like, all right, there might be something there.
I don't know. I'm not excited about it.
Me neither.
I know.
Okay, what? I don't know if we're going to talk about this news. What are you less excited for, this or the Harry Potter show that's coming out?
The Harry Potter show.
For?
Yeah,
I'm negative excited for that. I want that to fail.
I think it's going to create bad in the world because of like all the choices they made, like Black Snape and stuff. I feel like that's going to be like weird, and like at least like the Lord of the Rings thing will be neutral at best.
Well, it's going to create bad in the world because it's going to put money in J.K. Rowling's pocket, and she's going to use that to persecute trans people.
I have a question about this, by the way. So, like, is every new Harry Potter universe project forever bad? Because,
well, if she,
well, no, her
she
estate.
kicks it, maybe it's done. Yeah, but we don't know. If her estate is like, listen, she was very nice and she came up with all those great books, but that shit was a little weird when she came to the trans stuff, and we're not gonna get into that. I don't know. Maybe I'd turn back to it.
I guess
not that I was a huge fan before, but I would.
It does depend after it happens. Like who controls the purse then, and like what they do with it. Then it could change. As long as she's alive and doesn't have a change of heart, yeah.
I guess I agree. I just feel bad for people who they like legit like it, don't like her in any way, right? But they're like, I like this because as a kid it meant XYZ to me. But because she's so reprehensible, even stuff, because she profits off of even stuff she's not involved with, but like it makes those things bad forever. Like
DJ, I was a huge fan of and was very influential to me growing up of the works of Neil Gaiman. And
I was gonna say
I'm dealing with it, so they can too.
I am. It does. Every time this happens, I am kind of happy.
What do you do?
Are you?
Oh, what?
Is this a joke?
The Neil Gaiman shit is crazy.
I will say
it's really bad.
I will say this about Neil Gaiman. I don't know what he did. I know he did stuff.
Like books? You don't know what he wrote, or like you don't know?
No, sorry, the bad stuff. No, I fucking loved American Gods. That was like one of my favorite books in high school. I will say this is just whatever. I have to think about Neil Gaiman a lot because he wrote a children's book called Pirate Stew that was gifted to us.
Mm-hmm.
And Disruptor fucking loves it.
Oh boy, don't let him find out.
He just asks me to read it like every night. So
no,
and I see
we have
right on the cover Neil Gaiman. I see it every night. So
well, then I guess what we need to do, or you can do this too, but like you said, it was gifted to you. We need to start gifting you non-problematic children's books.
Yeah, well, and convince Disruptor that he doesn't want to read Pirates too.
Well, just like, kids get tired of stuff so quickly.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Little Bill series, DJ? What if Bill Cosby was a little kid now? Damn it. Wait, what happened? What happened to him? No. Oh, man. All right. Let's find baby Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know. Who else could there be? Yeah. Annie Hall, but for kids.
Ants.
That one's even worse. Yeah.
Ants. Oh, God.
I forgot they made that movie. Oh.
Yeah.
Woody
Allen's A Bug's Life.
Yeah. Ugh. And but yeah, no, I feel like we got to just find, you got Miss Rachel stuff. We got to start really pushing Miss Rachel.
He's totally off the Miss Rachel train.
Well, I think
because of her views.
That's for younger children than he is, really.
Yeah. So it's gonna move on to actually. Oh wait, is this? Well, it's not news yet. I have news later. I'll tease it. I have finally decided on a name for the younger one.
Oh, that's great.
An official podcast name, but we'll get to it. We'll wait.
That's wonderful.
You'll finally be able to fill out that birth certificate.
I can't wait. Finally get to cash in this Money in the Bank contract. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Harry Potter bad.
Harry Potter,
Lord of the neutral.
I feel bad for people. I was going to say,
and how DJ thinks Neil Gaiman didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
What were we going to say, Nando?
I was going to say every so often I'm like a little sad that like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby are dead. I mean, they're old men, so they live lives. But I'm also like, it's nice that they can't fuck it up. Like they can't ruin the legacy, even though they were both very progressive and like there's tons of them. You never know, they could find something that just is, is bad about them. And like, there's so many fucking creatives now that just out of nowhere, like, you know what? I'm just drawing this Venom book over here, but I think Ice is pretty cool. And it's like, fuck. I like that Venom book a little bit. I actually thought it was pretty fun. You ruined it.
It was better before they all had Twitter accounts and could like say what they think. Like it's okay. Well, I don't want to get to this philosophical question, but like, was it better when we just didn't know because they didn't have Twitter accounts? They just held it inside their head that they loved Ice.
No, that is better.
Yeah, except for the artists, not even all the artists, but like, because there used to be artists that you would find out afterwards. You're like, oh, they were really anti-Semitic, and if you look at this book, you can actually find a lot of weird anti-Semitic stuff in it. So those ones are bad. If there's no
we were done
influence
talking
about
J.K. Rowling.
No. Well, that too. But if there's no influence on the work, if it's just like an artist who just draws Venom and stuff, then like, yeah, it sucks that we have to know that. But like, I do think it's kind of helpful because otherwise you would have to comb through all their stuff and go, I don't think this guy likes, civil rights. And you kind of everybody has to debate it, and that's no fun. But I don't know. That's why I want the dating shows to start doing that. Just have everybody right up front tell you what their political leanings are, because I'm tired of having to like source it out.
I totally agree.
By the way, how's I'm Old You're Young, the dating show going, DJ? I was curious about this.
I was going to talk about this later, but
okay.
No. It's because you asked. I watched enough I'm Old You're Young to get the gist, and I was going to leave it be, but now since the Bachelorette's gone, speaking of people doing reprehensible things, I think I have to do I'm Old You're Young for the podcast because there's fucking nothing right now. Ooh. There's absolutely nothing. So
does she have a children's book? Probably. Seems like the kind of person that writes a lot of bullshit children's books.
Did you watch the video? The Taylor Frankie Paul?
Oh yeah. Insane.
Diggins, are you familiar with this? Did you watch the video?
What video?
The Bachelorette who got canceled.
I know about this situation.
Did you watch the video?
like of the incident.
Yeah,
no, I didn't want to see
wild.
that.
Hard, bro.
This was a big week for videos that you're like, I'm never gonna know, and then the videos exists. Because the other one, I forget, we were talking about this before, but the Jack Reacher, the guy who tried to fight Jack Reacher and lied about it, having that video, and then the other one come out was so handy because that was really good to know who was lying and what the story was.
Yeah, and then I mean, in that one, it took down the Bachelorette. Pretty incredible.
Yeah,
Disney lost a lot of money, you know. Not that anyone should care, but it's just like,
are they re-airing old Bachelorettes in its place? Have they figured out what they're going to do with the programming?
Old American Idol is currently what's in that slot, which I think is just amazing.
Does Disney own American Idol?
Well, it's ABC.
And they own ABC, so
okay, good for them.
So I guess
I was going to say you should start giving Disruptor Jack Reacher notes, so he can become a fan of Alan Ritchson, who is unproblematic and cool, and then. You know, I don't know. Maybe those books are good. People seem to like them. I've never read one, but they're probably fun.
They're great dad books.
Yeah, and I feel like they would appeal to a child because the basic like gist of them is the big guy shows up and bigs his way through all the problems. You know, he's like Clifford the Big Red Dog, but like a cop, or not a cop, but like an investigating, you know, man who goes from town to town. So like kids can understand that.
I love the idea of Jack Reacher is just Clifford the Big Red Dog for adults.
Yeah, that would be kind of is. He solves problems by being bigger than everybody else.
That's
and
true.
Picking stuff up. That's pretty cool. Speaking of picking stuff up,
yes,
we gotta talk about a movie where some people pick stuff up.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Sometimes it's very important that they pick stuff up. And where that movie, of course, is Project Hail Mary, you guys. Project Hail Mary, based on the book Project Hail Mary.
What?
By Andy Weir.
Same guy who did that other one, right?
Yep. The Martian.
Yeah. And another one that's going to be a movie, Artemis?
Maybe. Debatable. It's the one that's the hardest to film and people like the least. So it's unclear if it's worth the trouble, but at this point, it's kind of like if putting out a movie with the trailer from the writer of Project Hail Mary will make you money. Like I kind of think that movie will make $300-400 million no matter what. I mean, we'll see where this one lands, but it's a movie that takes place largely, I believe, in zero gravity. Like it's a book that does that. It's kind of a heist book, but like to film that, it's like, well, you know, how would you do it? Especially when Sora's gone.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have your main tool for helpfulness. But yeah, so we're talking about Project Hail Mary. Is a big one. It's by Andy Weir. It's directed by Chris Miller and Phil Lord. One of those two options. Those two guys.
I believe Chris it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah, that sounds right. They are known for making Lego Movie, and they produced the Spider-Verse movies, and they made those 21 Jump Street reboots and stuff, and the After Party show that I loved. Stars Ryan Gosling and some other people I'm sure we'll talk about. Pretty big hit. An Amazon co-finance or something, because like Sony distributed it, Amazon MGM I think produced it. So you know, that's how movies go now. And I'm so happy about this. I'm in charge of this IMDb B as in summary for Project Hail Mary. I remember actually looking at this summary because I was just so curious as I left the movie. And it's quite a good summary, which makes sense because the way that they get these summaries, and it's actually, it's not quite what you would expect. But there's a clan of ninjas deep in Japan. You know, you would assume. I mean, they could travel, and they commune with one because they're magical ninjas. They commune with one entity that is some sort of demon or something like that. And because it is a demon, it knows all the summaries for all the Amazon movies before they happen. It's the one that tells Amazon what movies to make. Like it came up with the idea of Mercy and also the casting decisions and all that. You know,
is it the one that Jeff Bezos sold his soul to?
Exactly. Yeah. It's a producer demon like you would find on like a, you know, like a Futurama or something like that, but it's real, and it communes with the ninja clan. And every so often, it just possesses one of them. They have to, pour some goo on them or something, and then it's able to take over their body. And it tells us what the summaries are for some of these movies, but especially with the Amazon ones, because this is how you get them. They're usually pretty accurate because the demon knows all. And that's just something we have to reckon with as a society. Like, maybe we should just listen to the demon, but that is neither here nor there because we're just a podcast. Although that is the kind of thing that podcasts are kind of in charge of now, is like big questions and deciding elections. But
that's true.
Maybe we'll leave it for the other ones.
Government agencies also.
Yeah. And maybe they're also communing with whatever this thing's name is. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I'll look it up next time we have an Amazon one. But it came up with a summary for Project Hail Mary that I think is and again, just because I think the theme of my review, to not spoil it, will be competent. This is an incredibly competent summary.
Okay.
I will say, and I'm going to say this because I think it's important for the movie, it doesn't fully give away the game of the movie in a way that I think is smart. And I think is what you would get on the book jacket. So don't explicitly spoil the thing that you could spoil in this movie from a summary standpoint. But after this, we're pretty much just going to talk about it. So I just think that's important.
That's good. That's good, Nando.
And who gets to decide who goes first and second? I can't remember.
Diggins.
It's me.
Oh, Diggins! I'm so happy. Diggins, would you like to go first or second?
I'm gonna go first because I think I have the basic shape of it already.
Great.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. So, in an effort to save the Earth from extinction, scientist or high school teacher and scientist Dr. Ryland Grace, I believe, is sent on a dangerous mission several light years from Earth, where he finds help from an unexpected source.
Okay. DJ?
All right. It'll be different. Okay. Okay. After waking up from a coma after being sent on a mission to space, biologists Dr. Ryland Grace must work to figure out must determine his mission, which he learns involves saving Earth from extinction, while also meeting an unlikely ally to help him on his journey.
Okay, this is good. This is what I expected. You both did okay, but you both didn't. I think if you add those two summaries together, you get it, because Diggins had more of the details, but DJ had the presentation. So I'll read you the summary. I think you'll get it. Science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up alone on a spaceship light years from Earth. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance killing the sun and save Earth. An unexpected friendship may be the key. Okay. Diggins' science teacher, Ryland Grace. Yeah, there were a couple other details I liked on Diggins's, but DJ started with the framing device of the kind of amnesia and the mystery at the beginning of the movie. So I think you both did very well, but I unfortunately.
Oh, you're so sad about this.
Didn't have to do this, but it is a tie. And
you don't have any choice then.
Yeah.
So luckily, before this one started, I did come up with a tiebreaker just in case.
Just in case.
It's related to the movie in a way that is fun, and again, doesn't really spoil it. But basically, and for people that haven't seen the movie, Project Hail Mary, and this is one of the first things I learned about it because of the trailer, but also this is something that Ryan Gosling said on the SNL. Did you see the Ryan Gosling's SNL, DJ?
I did not.
No. In his monologue, he meant the bit on the monologue was that Harry Styles was hosting the next week, and he was just sitting in the audience, and it kept really bothering Ryan Gosling because every time he would make a joke, they would cut to the Harry Styles reaction to it, and it was cute. But part of it, he says, there's an important scene in the movie where one of the characters played by Sandra Hüller, or was it? Is it Sandra or Sarah? Sandra?
It's Sandra.
Sandra Hüller. Sings a karaoke song that is kind of the vibe of the movie.
Right.
And that turns out to be a Harry Styles song. So Brian Gosling tries to sing it on the SNL, but does it worse than Harry Styles would do. Anyway,
of course.
So that is a song in the movie. It makes it into most of the, or scene in the movie, makes it into most of the trailers. It reminded me of other songs in other movies and other scenes where a character does karaoke. So what I have done is I've assembled a couple of clips of them. There's going to be so many points available for you because what I'm going to do is play the clip from the movie there's no visuals. You'll be able to hear it. And I think, unless I missed one or two, you don't hear the title of the song. What I want you to give me is the name of the movie, the name of the actor or character singing the karaoke, and the name of the song.
Holy shit.
And so there's 3, 4 maybe if multiple actors and characters are singing together. Like there's a lot of points on the board. These are movies. There were a lot of these, so I kind of narrowed it down to movies I think we've mostly seen. I think there's a very good chance you've seen all of them.
I need a fucking rubric for this. So we need the movie, the characters singing, and the name of the song.
Yeah. And like and name of the song, and so there's 2 points per song, name of the song and
artist.
writer and artist of the song.
The recording artist.
You don't need them. You could just get them all wrong and fail, but you would like to have them, I would say, is like the
that's the bank job.
The way I would phrase it. Yes. Well, there is no bank job in this. I'll say that, which is a shame.
If there was a karaoke scene in the bank job, he would have put it in.
Oh, without a doubt. I still haven't watched it. I'm going to watch it one of these days. So
there could be a karaoke scene in the bank job.
There's probably bank job fans that are just like screaming at their podcast right now, like it's all one big karaoke scene, and I just have no idea. So let me open the video file. Why is it doing this? It's because I have it popped out. Anyway, let's do window. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you if I did this correctly, and I think I did. It should. I don't know why VLC does this. Let me try again. Okay, yeah, now it's got it. So it's going to be the same as the last time. There's going to be a thing. You're going to hear it, and then it's going to be like a pause, and all you have to do is give me all of that information. And, some of these are easier than others. Some of these are harder. I'm going to share my screen right now. This is a window. I'm sharing this. I think you should be able to hear it because I usually have that option clicked. Let me know if you hear when it goes to the black screen real quick.
All right.
I have this little thing that's going to be what separates them.
I don't hear anything.
You hear that?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Hold on. It's stupid that it makes me do it like this. And I remember it's not even hard. But yeah, I'll also share system audio. Yes, please. Okay, so then we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna go through them. There's a couple.
Let's go.
You just give me any information you can, basically.
All right.
This is the first one.
Running down your vein, and your friends, baby, treat you like a kid.
All right, so that is the first one. That is a scene, a very famous karaoke scene from a movie that has come out in our lifetimes, I believe. And I
sure?
give me either I'm not positive. I think this movie came out in the mid-90s.
All right.
There's a run. Let me look at this up because now I'm kind of curious. But it's around then. It's not like Casablanca or anything like that.
Not the famous karaoke scene in Casablanca.
No, not the famous karaoke scene from Casablanca. Okay, yeah, this movie came out in the mid '90s. We were all alive for it. And yeah, give me the singer in this clip. Any information about the movie and any information about the song.
Actual actor or like the character.
Either one. If you know the character's name, give me both. We'll see. Because I haven't figured out exactly. This is going to be a lot of points, so I feel like someone's not going to win it by one. But if they do, because they knew both, then I feel like that's worth it.
All right.
And I should figure out the names of all of these songs because I know most of them. But
I promise this is wrong, but I just want to keep shit moving.
Yeah, no, go for it.
So, oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. Oh god.
Okay, I believe I have an answer from DJ. Okay.
Everything about this answer is wrong, but it's an answer.
Well, fit right in. And you know what, Diggins, you're wrong, but you're closer. All right. So DJ said, wait, where does it go? Here we go. So DJ said, The Wedding Singer is the movie. Adam Sandler is the character. Do you remember the name of the character he plays in The Wedding Singer?
Is it Robbie?
Yeah, I think so. Robbie something. Robbie. And you gave me the song Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Diggins, you said, a cool song by Prince, sung by Ben Stiller in There's Something About Mary. I don't remember. I've only seen bits and pieces. There's Something About Mary, so I don't know what that character's name is. But anyway, that is wrong. I'm going to play you the clip, and you will, and then this clip should be all that stuff plus the lines after that, which is the title of the song. So here we go.
I don't hear anything.
Yes. This is the famous karaoke song from The Cable Guy, starring Jim Carrey singing the song Somebody to Love by a band called, I think it's Jefferson Airplane. Yeah, from the in the 60s. So that's what we're working with here. Like I said, Diggins, you were closer because I think Something About Mary has Jim Carrey in it, I believe.
It's been so long since I've seen The Cable Guy.
We've established last week that Diggins knows nothing about music, so
yeah, but true. This is movie stuff. I think Diggins has a shot at it. That's the thing. I think if you have like if a person who knows Something About Mary doesn't have Jim Carrey in it. It's Matt Dillon and Chris Elliott. If you knew all of the songs but just like the movies and the actors, you could maybe win versus knowing some. And so we'll see. But that's the first one. Next one coming up. Right. Here we go. Gonna use my fingers. Gonna use my magic. It's a short one because there's a little bit of talking in this scene, but another very famous karaoke scene.
Are these all movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to play that one again? Because it is short.
I
feel like I should. Yeah, I think that's fair. Here we go. Let me just make sure. I'll just go back to this thing. Yeah, here we go. Now turn the volume up a little bit. Gonna use my fingers. Gonna use my magic.
Boy.
All right, so give me all the information you can about this karaoke scene from whatever movie this is.
Oh God.
And I think there will be some of these that are like more obvious than others. I'm excited to see what you guys think. All right. So DJ, you gave me an answer. Okay. This is an answer. And Diggins, I'm still waiting.
This is all, once again, an entirely made up answer based on vibes.
Well, listen, if you wanted to just take a shot at the actor and go like, I can kind of hear whose voice
this is. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's not a crazy.
The actor in movies are educated guesses. The songs are I make them up.
Well, to be fair to these might be other. Maybe this is a great song title that someone's going to pick up, and now this will be the part where people look back in 10 years and go, wow, because of mostly nitpicking, they put that song in, the new Odyssey movie or whatever. Okay, so I'll go Diggins this time first. Diggins is the song Use My Fingers by the Intercoursers with use in parentheses. And this is Kate McKinnon in Bridesmaids. DJ said Bridesmaids for the movie, Kristen Wiig, and Imagination by Alanis Morissette. I'm sorry, both of those are completely incorrect again. And I will play the clip.
They decided the same movie. How about that?
Yeah, right?
Oh, duh!
This is the famous Lost in Translation scene where Scarlett Johansson's character sings the song Brass in My Pocket, which I don't even know who wrote it, but it doesn't matter because neither of you were anywhere near it. Well, actually, I should check because if it's Alanis Morissette, I'll give them the point.
I don't think so.
But I'm pretty sure I looked this up and
it's the Intercoursers.
Or it's the intercourse.
Imagine
That's
if it's
true.
the intercoursers.
I mean, they're really good. Everyone loves them. It seems like that's a band. If they existed, I would be a little weird. Like, I'd be confused. I'd be like, is this a parody thing or is this genuine? But I wouldn't be shocked. This is actually the Pretenders. So you're not far off in terms of the name scheme. Okay. Next one. I think we might do a little bit better with this one, if this is the one I think it is.
Of the mess you left when you went away, it's not fair.
You can tell she's not supporting. No breath control, but it's good. It's on kid. Yeah.
All right. So you give me any information about that song, the movie, yeah. See, you're both typing. That's a good sign.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Let's see, DJ. Oh, never mind. DJ stopped typing. Now he's praying to Jesus Christ.
Our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior.
Obviously. Fuck, why don't I know movie names? Oh my God.
To be honest, as someone who knows exactly what this clip is, for a second I forgot what the movie name was too. So it's not. I don't feel like you're alone in this.
Well, every single time I've been like, I don't think I've seen this movie, and then I've been wrong. So
that's the thing, is like it's kind of like a little lesson of like, man, this is in a lot of movies. You got to be kidding me. You guys gave me the exact same answer, and it's wrong. So you each get 2 points because you got the name of the song right. No, yeah.
I was going to say, part of it's right.
I know, but it's just so interesting. You both thought it was this. All right, let's play the clip, and you will see who is singing it and in what movie. This is a scene from the movie Booksmart, starring those two little girls that are now, one of them is in Last of Us.
Why would I know that?
But you were both Caitlin Dever, I believe, is the one singing the song. I don't remember what the character's name is, but you were both correct. This is You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. So that's the other thing. Maybe if you just know the song, you'll be okay.
How did I get Alanis Morissette
2 points
one
each.
before? Did that help you, Diggins? Did me saying Alanis Morissette last time help you?
It did remind me that's who sang the song, yes.
Damn it.
Thanks. That's the danger.
You set me up
I
for
know.
failure.
Just like when Nando screwed himself over by
me?
guessing Operation.
Yeah.
That's
Ruse
right.
Gare early.
Or that time that I screwed myself by saying like, oh, they made that jury duty show. I would have won whatever that one was forever ago. They made another one of those. It's pretty good.
Oh, wait till
All
the
right,
Rex.
anyway, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2. Well, I mean, next one.
Party, the county jail. First battles ever they began to win. And way home so again spring. You should have heard us knocked out jail by second.
All right. So give me the song, the movie, the actor, anything about that. And this is going to be one I think you might kick yourself. And I even was like, oh man, that's so crazy that's in there. But I'm pretty sure this is a movie we've all seen. And we got everybody's typing. Well, that's not true. No, you guys are kind of on and off on the typing.
Because part of it I know, and the other part I don't know.
That is the danger of this. Okay, I got one from Diggins. Okay.
Now, this is true. It might not be this clip, but it is true.
That's possible, yeah. We'll just see.
I know this is wrong, but I don't
obviously
care.
Then that would be some, but not all points, and that's better than nothing. Okay. Okay. So DJ, you said "Rockin' Robin" by Michael Jackson, sung by Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. I assume in the movie Iron Man. Is that what you mean by that? Not that that's his character name. It doesn't matter. That's wrong. And then Diggins, you said "Jailhouse Rock" by Elvis, sung by Dan Aykroyd in the Blues Brothers. Let's see if that's the clip. This is in fact Phil Pullman singing, or Paxton or whatever this one is, singing the song "Jailhouse Rock" in Casper. which he does right before the ghosts kill him. And that starts Casper's whole plot device and stuff. All right, next one.
Diggins is winning.
Diggins got 2 points. Yeah. It's 4-2.
I'm burning now. Just love me till you don't know how.
All right, this is a good one. This is the one I think a lot of audience members are like, oh, that's a classic. Classic song, classic scene. A classic movie. And yeah, give me any information you can. And I don't know the name of the character in this, but I should check this one just in case. Okay. Answers are coming in. I'm very excited about these answers.
I would like to say this is my least favorite of all the tiebreakers ever done. So
it's my favorite. Oh, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there for me. I'm a huge fan.
All right, fuck.
I'll say this, DJ. This is a little clue. Don't show this one a disruptor. Don't do it for multiple reasons. This is not a disruptor-friendly
give his answer
movie.
because I'm just torn on.
No, neither of you have given answers.
Fuck it, go with my gut.
Okay. Yeah, believe in yourself.
Okay. I'll wait till Diggins answers before I.
DJ, just for fun, do you want to guess the character name? Because you didn't put that in here.
No.
I don't. Okay.
I don't. Right. I couldn't even whether a. You know what?
Give it a guess.
Wait. No, because that
doesn't cost you anything. All right.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Let me guess the character's name.
And then I have a guess from Diggins. Wonderful. Okay. I'm just waiting for DJ's character name.
There.
Okay. That was a try. Okay. DJ, you said Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson, sung by Detective Robert Jones, played by Chris Tucker in Rush Hour 2. Diggins, you said Enough, ? By Michael Jackson, sung by, I'm going to assume, the actor's name, Adam Sandler, playing Billy Madison in the movie Billy Madison. Let's see if it is one of those two. Yes, it is in fact Rush Hour 2.
Wow,
that's a very
I haven't
very
seen
pivotal
this movie,
scene.
so I don't feel bad about
really.
This is a classic Chris Tucker song where he.
I couldn't remember if it was Rush Hour 1 or 2. That's what I was stuck on.
That's fair. Wow. So
and what's
obviously
his name?
That's not his name. His name is Carter. But so DJ, you got 2 points for the song and the title, for the song and the singer, and then 2 points for the other information. So that is 4 points for DJ.
Yes.
Diggins, I'm going to give you 2 points. I'll give enough for this name of the song title and the Michael Jackson.
That's not the name of the song. It's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
I don't know.
I'm gonna protest.
It
gets to a tie.
1.5 points. How about that? 1.5 points. And if it comes down to a 0.5 tie, then maybe we'll do something else.
It's not the name of the song, but it's fine.
That's fine. Here we go. Also directed by Brett Ratner. Everyone knows.
Ooh, boy.
We learn to live. We learn to give each other what we need to survive. Together alive.
All right. So that is a song sung by a human being, presumably. It doesn't have to
presumably.
Be. But in a movie that is a very somewhat famous song. I'd say a song that even if you didn't know the movie, you could maybe guess the song from the tune. And as you see, most of these cut off right as the title's about to come up. So if you're curious or having trouble remembering, I'd say take a guess with that.
Oh boy.
So DJ is furiously answering. Diggins furiously thinking. A lot of thinking happening here. Rush Hour 2, that's a classic scene, by the way. Let's talk about the Rush Hour 2 scene where Jackie Chan playing Lee is like, Carter, don't do anything. But because the guy at the karaoke bar is butchering Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson, Carter cannot help himself, and he in fact goes in and makes a big deal. It's classic Rush Hour stuff. Hopefully they'll do it in that fourth Rush Hour movie that Donald Trump has summoned or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're getting that. Also, Brett Ratner, right? He's coming back.
Also, Brett Ratner, yeah. Once he's done with Melania 2, or whatever, Tulania, then he'll make that. That'd be fun though.
This is all wrong, and I don't care. I want to be done with this game.
Fun. Okay. Diggins, any guesses? Give me a guess.
I have no idea who this actor might be.
All right, well,
Nando,
what's the name of that movie?
It's important Nando, this game is eating away at my soul.
That's good.
I want you to know that. I would have rather done 1,000 Ella McKay poses.
Ella McKay poses. That would be funny.
Yeah.
If they called it that. Okay. And I do have an answer from from Diggins as well. Okay. So DJ,
it's another one where I didn't know, so I made something up.
Yeah, you said, wait, really? You said Together, this is DJ, Together by Celine Dion and Mission Impossible, sung by Alec Baldwin. And then Diggins, you said Together by The Big Boys, sung by Chris Farley in the movie Black Sheep. You're going to kick yourself, both of you, but I'm going to play it right now. Here we go. This is a song, Ebony and Ivory, from a movie called Undercover Brother, which we have not done yet, but
and I have never seen, so I'm not kicking myself at all.
Yeah, this is from, well, kick yourself for not immediately watching Undercover Brother, but it's a song made famous by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder, and it is funny because it is being sung in this movie by Eddie Griffin, the Undercover Brother, and Denise Richards, the White She-Devil. All right, here we go. Next one. All right. A little bit different there. Seems to be played by some sort of live musical accompaniment, although that I would say I would consider a karaoke.
Are any of these musicals, Nando?
No. I don't think so. Definitely not this one. This is another one that I think, I don't know about you'll be kicking yourself, but the people will be kicking you in the comments if we were to have those.
Sure.
And if, again, maybe you just know the song and maybe that's more than enough to get the points necessary to win this game, because it's going to be a very classic song. I will say this is one where the clip of them, well, we'll see.
I will say I know part of this only because of my mother.
That's fair.
Nice.
It is the law, as you know, as we all know.
Well.
So I got an answer from DJ. Very good. And I got an answer from Diggins. Wow. Okay. So DJ, you said the song "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You" by Frankie Valli. Mm-hmm. And you gave me the movie The Wedding Singer, starring Adam Sandler as Robbie.
If I know Nando, Diggins, like I know Nando.
You said "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You" by Frankie Valli, and you gave me the actor Adam Sandler in the movie The Wedding Singer. Get ready to feel bad, boys. I mean, you're both right about the song, but
you're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much.
This is a classic scene. This is from 10 Things I Hate About You. This is Heath Ledger serenading Julia Stiles as Patrick Verona.
Shit.
Singing "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You" by Frankie Valli. So you're both right about the song, but
don't remember that at all. But I have seen
one of the most famous singing scenes in all of cinema. I would bet. But hey, you both got the song because we are from New Jersey, the state where that is played every morning by the guy, whoever it is. I guess who's our governor now? Does Mikey Sherrill have to do it?
Yeah, I guess she does. Yeah,
I get. She better start pumping up that volume because it's not making it to me wherever it's coming from. All right, here we go. This is the next one. All right. I will play that one again because I was a little bit late on the thing. This is another one. Let's take a guess. Here we go. Let's do one more time. All right. This is another. It's a good one.
Oh my God.
All right, let's see some answers from you guys. We're very, very close to the end, so we're gonna start tabulating the points soon. And
God.
Remember, character, actor name, movie name, the name of the song, the name of the person that sings the song. All of those things are acceptable. I see an answer coming in. Okay, I think I got an answer from Diggins. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take a guess at the name? Well, yeah, I guess you would know the name, but
I feel like the name's implicit.
For posterity's purposes, I would say put the name in here, just so I can, for the record. Okay, that is. Oh, that is the character's name in that movie. But yeah, and DJ, got an answer from DJ as well. Okay, well, all right. So,
I know I'm wrong.
Diggins, or let's say DJ, you gave me "Only Want to Be With You" by Hootie and the Blowfish, sung by a character named Robbie, played by Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer. Diggins, you said "Only Want to Be With You," sung by Hootie and the Blowfish, but here sung by Jack Black's character Hal in the movie Shallow Hal. Well, let's see if either of you are correct.
You can do any 90s song with just vowels.
This is in fact a scene from the movie Ted 1, sung by the character Ted, voiced by Seth MacFarlane.
You always kill me.
Karaoke scene. Yeah.
When I was hearing that, I'm like, this sounds like Seth MacFarlane, but I'm like, well, I know he's in Sing as the mouse, but there's no other movie he's in.
I'm not positive about this. I think he sings in the second Ted. Oh yeah, well, not really. There's at least a singing scene in the second Ted movie, but I don't know if it's I don't know if I'd call it karaoke. But wow, okay. I think this next one is the last one, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. The points are very even.
They are,
because you seem to get a lot of the same ones right. And when
I think I'm ahead by half a point. Is that?
Exactly. Yeah, you are ahead by 1/2 of a point.
Oh boy,
it might be a little more than 1/2 a point. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot on the line here, so this might be the last one. We'll see. And I believe for the last one, I picked one that was quite iconic.
Well,
all right. I'm going to play that one more time just because I kind of cut
thanks.
into the beginning of it. And it is a longer bit, so you get to enjoy it. Here we go. Wow, what a song. What a song. What song, A, is the question that I'm asking you guys. Give me the name of the song, the name of the singer, the name of the movie, and the name of the character, and even the name of the actor. I'll take any of those.
Fuck.
Now, I'll remind DJ, if he wins, he has to come up with a tiebreaker next week.
That's true.
So I should throw it?
That's what I'm suggesting.
And that's the only way to, whoever, loses, they could just say that that's what they wanted to do the whole time. And that would be a correct way to do this. So I'm seeing some typing going on. Very excited about this typing. And not as much typing on the other side as you would expect, considering you've heard the song twice. But let's see. Let's see what answers we get in here from both of you. This is a very tight game, so I understand you want to get it exactly right. I will say this: I'm pretty sure we've seen all of this. We've seen this. We've all seen this movie. Okay, I have an answer from DJ.
A half wrong answer, but
perhaps a half right answer, perhaps a fully right answer, perhaps a fully wrong answer. Maybe you got all the other stuff you thought you got right wrong. You never know. Diggins is answering here. This is very exciting. Everybody in the stadium is on pins and needles, waiting to see Diggins' answer.
The fingerers. Say it's the fingerers again.
Okay. Here are the answers.
The intercoursers.
The intercourse, yeah. The lookers. So Diggins, you said Take a Look at Me Now by Michael Bolton, sung by Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids, character unknown. DJ, you said this is Against All Odds by Phil Collins, sung by Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada, again, character unknown. Let's see who's right and who's wrong, and maybe it's both are right. Well, it can't be both are right. Maybe both are wrong. We'll see. This is, in fact, a scene from a movie called The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling. And you were right. The song is Take a Look at Me Now, sung by Emily Blunt's character in the movie, Jodie Moreno, but originally sung by Phil Collins. Oh, wait, excuse me. It is Against All Odds. That's correct. That's the name of the song. But it is, so it's Against All Odds, parentheses, Take a Look at Me Now. If it was a tie, that would have also gotten a half point for Diggins, but it was not even close. So DJ with a score of, let's say 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. With 12 points to Diggins is 9.5 points. You've won the karaoke song challenge for the movie, whatever this is. Project
I feel like having 2 music-based tiebreakers in a row is an act of aggression against me.
I mean, listen.
Like a war crime, maybe?
If either of you had gotten 10 Things I Hate About You, I would say, wow, that was a little bit unfair. But neither of you got 10 Things I Hate About You. It's crazy. Yeah. Such a classic. Have you seen it? Have you guys?
I have seen it, yeah, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, same.
It's been over 10 years since I saw that movie.
Yeah,
it's a scene that I mostly know because it gets parodied in Not Another Teen Movie, where Jake, whatever his name is, played by Chris Evans, sings "Janie's Got a Gun," and then the police tackle her in the middle of the football field. However, most of the lyrics for that are "Jamie's got a gun," so it wouldn't have worked for this. But DJ, as the winner of the IMDb Bees and Spelling Bee and Karaoke Challenge, you get to tell us what you thought of the movie Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, so I mean, Project Hail Mary. I didn't know a ton about this movie going in. I had seen the theatrical trailer, but I didn't see much on TV. But, have to say, really, really, I don't want to say pleasantly surprised, just happy that this movie's good. We're doing a good movie, and that always makes me happy. I think this movie, because when I started watching it, I'm like, oh, is this just like Interstellar? Are we doing like in Interstellar? Which is fine, we could do that. But I'm like, is that what this is? And I think it's really good how the movie, not the twists and turns, but it paces itself well. And does this we'll talk about this, he has amnesia, he's kind of having flashbacks to his life, which are threaded throughout the movie really well, except for one, which I didn't love. But I think the way that that helps frame the story and kind of us learn about him in real time is very effective. My only critique, and this is insane, but the ending feels so rushed. I feel like this movie could have been 20-30 minutes longer.
Wow.
I know. I'm opposite
Who are
of
you?
Tight
What
90.
have you done
I'm
with DJ? Yeah.
this could have been the long 3 hours. The tight 180. I don't know. The movie is very, very well paced. It's 2.5 hours. It does not feel like it at all. I very smartly didn't drink anything, so I didn't have to get up and go pee. That happens to me a lot because I have a tiny flea bladder, so I didn't have to go pee through the whole movie, and I'm it's great, it's awesome, because I feel like if I had gotten up I would have missed something.
This is how the other half lives.
Yeah,
dude, I had to get up 4 times for Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and it's it was problematic. I was I think I have everything going on here, but yeah, it was just great. We're in pre-spoilery.
Kind of. I mean, okay. I think to review the movie, you kind of have to talk about that one thing. So let's say
the one thing that's in all the trailers.
Well,
the one thing that's in almost all the trailers, I think the theatrical trailer that TJ's talking about, unless you know what you're looking at, it's a little bit confusing.
Yes.
Like,
So
yeah.
I would like to say, and I think this is a good point, that theatrical trailer kind of does obscure what the whole thing is, because you know about the little like alien guy, but like it makes it seem like that's almost a like thing on the side, not what it really is. And also all of the TV spots now, and I guess it's the thing with movies now, like if you don't see it opening weekend and you see a TV spot, you just get spoiled. Like the TV spots now are like, oh, it's the whole thing. Like what this movie is. It's not just like there's like a little alien guy on the side. He's kind of also in this movie, you know, prominently. And sorry for, you know, but yeah, I think that's kind of like interesting. How the early promo maybe obscures it, or I just fortunately missed it. But now like that's gone, and I'm happy that I knew as little as I did going in. So this doesn't help you, person listening to my review. I guess I should have opened. It's great. Turn off the podcast, go see it. But yeah, I just think everything they do is great, and also you know, shot beautifully, yada yada, looks beautiful, and they did a puppet, not a tennis ball, so Ryan Gosling didn't have to like act across the tennis ball, and that's nice. And they used like big sets and a lot of green screens, and that's very good. And I like that they did that. It's a very pretty looking movie. And the rest will get into nitpicks and stuff. But yeah, that's what I thought. Diggins, what did you think about Project Hail Mary?
I think that somebody should be on the lookout for a mad scientist because somebody switched DJ and I's brains.
Oh my
this
God.
movie is too long.
Wow. Holy shit.
No, I actually disagree with the pacing. I think the pacing's not great. I think it's kind of slow.
Fair enough.
And then it ends 5 times.
Well, that's I don't disagree super much there. Yeah.
No, overall, I do like this movie. I think it's pretty good. I think the pacing's a little slow, and I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. I think there's one backstory placement that really needed to be earlier in the movie.
Okay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
By the time we get to it, it's like, well, this is already over. Why do I even care at this point?
Yes, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
But I think there's it's a very charming movie. There's a lot of that's fun. Ryan Gosling is, as always, you know, really great. I love that they did a practical puppet with just CGI embellishments for the alien. So that, it makes the scenes feel more tactile. It's like Ryan Gosling is interacting with a thing that is in the space with him instead of staring at a screen and like saying his lines. And wouldn't you know it, that makes the performance in the movie better. Visually, you know, I think between that and then like the effects that do exist are very good. Like with the planet and everything and that sequence, like, looks great. So yeah, I mean, overall, I would say this is a very good movie. Definitely worth watching. I do feel like, and other people have said this to me, and I agree with it. The main feeling I got watching this movie was, man, Arrival's really good.
Oh.
Right? It's a good take.
Arrival's such a good movie. Which is to say that, like, I think this movie is fun. I think it is not the most interesting exploration of its topic that I have seen in a movie. But, you know, if you just want to have a nice time at the movies, then I think this is a perfectly good one. And I would never knock that. You know, making a fun movie's hard. So, yeah. Positive. What about you, Nando?
Oh, but Diggins' positive is thumbs down. Don't you remember? Yeah. I thought. I mean, I said this in my review a while ago, and I've heard a lot of good things about this movie and this book for a long time from people that know the book and people that kind of plugged into movie stuff. Have been like, this is going to be a pretty solid, rock solid hit. And it is. I think it's like I had a really good time with it. It looks great. Ryan Gosling is very charming. I think I think the Rocky is an interesting thing. It kind of goes to show you just like you can Baby Yoda anything. Baby Yoda a pile of rocks, and now there's gonna be one in every stocking this year for Christmas. Like, and I think part of it, I agree. So like, I knew there was an alien going in because there's just no way I was gonna be fully spoiled by that. As I was driving up with Hannah, I was like, "Do you know anything about this movie?" She was like, "Yeah, it's like or she was like, "Yeah, it's like a space. He has to go restart the sun or something." And I'm like, "Okay, so not necessarily, but also good. Keep your ears closed because it's kind of interesting." I don't think knowing the spoiler like makes the movie less good or anything like that. Because I feel like once you get it, you get it. It's not like there's not like a mystery that's built up over the course of the movie about the alien what's going
is relatively early in the story.
Yeah. And nobody's like, and you might have to watch out for hostile aliens earlier in the movie. And you'll go, no.
Right.
It's a very, comes out of nowhere. And like, I guess if you know The Martian and you like kind of expect that, this would be an interesting surprise because The Martian's relatively grounded compared to this. But, I think I agree. So the problem with this movie, the problem with like kind of opinions about this movie is a lot of the things that I didn't love about it, some people really liked about it. So I didn't love that there's very little friction in the relationship between Grace and Rocky. However, a lot of other people were like, that's what I like about it, is it's a movie about science bringing people together, and it's not, he trusts this thing as opposed to not trusting it. And like, I get that. And I understand why that's something that people are interested in. I feel like it's a little weird for me as like a Chris whatever and Phil whatever fan, because they're so good at that with like the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street and the other one, Spider-Man, being movies where it's like a couple people stuck together that just really don't get along. But this is a very faithful adaptation of the book, and that is more or less how the character is like kind of written in the book. I've even been told he kind of looks like Ryan Gosling in the book, or like people that read the book were like, this is probably going to be Ryan Gosling in the movie. And if that's the case, and if I'm fucking, who could I be? Who's like a star? Timothy Chalamet or something? I'm going to Andy Weir's house and just befriending him so that he writes the next one of these to look like me.
Nice.
Because that's just what you got to do. Yeah, looks great. The thing that I thought coming out of this movie was, man, Fall Guys really stunk. Look at how charismatic this guy is, and he's just standing around and like kind of hobbling about in a spacesuit, versus like a movie where he's actively doing stunts, and like I could not care more about that or less about it. The other thought I had coming out of this is like, and I said this in my review, I'd be really worried if I were the Supergirl movie right now, because a space movie came out that made space look really cool and exciting, just like the Supergirl comic that movie is based on. And the trailers for that movie have not been particularly kind, or like have not given a lot of faith to the people that are like, is this just going to look like the other ones? So it's an interesting movie for like this year. I think it cements Ryan Gosling as just like one of the just most interesting big stars. I've seen people say he has ugly guy energy or comedian energy, and like that's what's so valuable about him.
I feel like Barbie was really his big moment, though. Like I feel like we already knew that he was actually like not just handsome, but also like fun and a good actor.
I guess Barbie, it's a character, and also it's a very charactery character, but also it's very like, this is a movie that lives and dies on him, whereas the Ken character has a lot of support from other, just like weird stuff happening in the movie and stuff. While he was great and like, stole that movie, it is, I feel like this is a better kind of, at least for Hollywood and for the money's sake, test of his viability as like a huge star. And I hope they make a Ghost Rider movie with him or something, even though I don't think that's the right character, but whatever. That's the one that his girlfriend was in, or his wife was in. So seems like the one that people have asked him about. And everybody else in it is fine. I don't know.
I mean, who else is in it? It's a 2-man show. It's him and the rock guy.
Sandra Hüller.
You got Sandra Hüller. You got
Carl. How about Carl? He's in it.
You got Carl from whatchamacallit, from the Beast or the Bear. Is that what it's called? Yeah. You got the two astronauts that each say 10 things or something. Squirrel Girl and the guy from Old. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, so we'll talk about it. One of the ways we'll talk about it is, Diggins, you have 15 minutes, sir. Summarize this movie. I can't wait. I'm going to share my screen because I have the summary, or the thingy here.
Do you have a son that's going to die timer? Is that
no, the best I could do was Rocket, but I think this is pretty good.
Ooh, I like this Rocket.
The options, yeah. So I'm going to put 15 minutes on the clock. You have 15 minutes to describe the plot of Project Hail Mary, and obviously full spoilers for anybody that's listening. 3, 2, 1, begin.
All right, so Ryan Gosling wakes up on a spaceship, and he's like, what's going on? I don't have a memory. And he looks at the other pods, and the other two people are dead, and he's like, what? So he's wandering around trying to figure out who he is and why he knows what an atomic microscope is. And eventually pieces together that, he is a scientist on some space mission. There was supposed to be a pilot and engineer with him. Unfortunately, they both died on the way here. And he is 11 point something light years away from Earth, which is very far away. So then we kind of get some flashbacks that show he was a science teacher in a high school when it had just been discovered that there were a bunch of microorganisms on the sun shooting over to Venus that were eating the sun's energy and causing it to die in astronomically faster than it would be naturally. And within 30 years, the sun would be so weakened that Earth would cool enough that all crops would die and there'd be mass starvation. Yeah, pretty. I mean, Interstellar is the crops have diseases that they can't cure, and they can't make strains that are immune to them. So completely different problem, actually, DJ.
That's what was in Interstellar?
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't. I'm
interesting. I forgot.
Anyway, Sandra Hüller shows up to his work and is like, "Did you write this paper about how there could be non-water-based life forms?" And he's like, "Oh, leave me alone." But she's like, "I need you to save the Earth." And he's like, "Fine." So he goes to look at some of what they call the astrophage, which is these microorganisms, and determines that they are made of water. And he's like, "Oh," but he's like, "Let me study them anyway." And she's like, "All right." So he studies them, and him and Carl, his handler, I guess, find out via experimentation that they require a carbon dioxide-rich environment in which to breed, and that is why they're going from the sun to Venus, which turns out to be exactly what this task force that Sandra Hüller is working for needs, because they are trying to get a ton of astrophage because they could use it to power a spaceship that will go over to Tau Ceti, another star 11 light years away from Earth, because that is the only star in the nearby systems that is not weakening and dying because of this astrophage. And they want to figure out why. But because it's such a long journey and you have to weigh what you put on spaceships very carefully because of all the rocket fuel, although you'd think this astrophage would solve that problem, whatever, it's fine. There wouldn't be able to be a return journey. This would be a one-way trip. And he's like, wow, what kind of suckers would you get to agree to that? And then we see him back on the ship as the one sucker who's still alive. And he's trying to figure out what he's going to do when there's a huge ship here. And he's like, what? And he's immediately like, okay, well, I got to get out of here because I don't know what that is. And that's aliens. So he tries to run away, but the ship keeps following him. And eventually, when he stops running away from it, it throws something at his ship. And he goes after a little spacewalk and catches it. And it's a little model of the stars and the planets with an indication of which planet it's from. So he graphs on where Earth is on that model and sends it back. And they sort of have a little back and forth with these models. until they alien ship, and he managed to dock by spinning together at the same rate, so they both simulate gravity, which is a real thing. That's what like the ISS does. And so they meet for the first time, and it turns out the alien is a little rock monster guy.
Ooh.
And they're like, whoa. And they figure out that they're there for the same reason, to figure out what's going on with the stars and why Tau said he's not dying, so they can save their planets. So he calls this guy Rocky because he's made of rocks. And they figure out how to like communicate, by which I mean Ryan Gosling figures out a system to like record Rocky's noises and translate it to words by like asking him like, what is your concept for this? And then Rocky will say it. And Rocky can just understand English because fuck you.
Yeah.
And so they, realizing that they're here for the same reason, they just decide to work together. Rocky makes a little bubble that he can use to get onto Ryan Gosling's ship so they can do all the work and stuff and, you know, figure out what to do. In some flashbacks, we see like Ryan Gosling gets brought aboard the secret task force. He's helping to train the astronauts for what they're supposed to do, helping to breed a bunch of astrophage so they can use it as the fuel, blah, 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 blah. Not super important. Sandra Hüller is distant and cold, but also warm enough to sing a karaoke song. Anyway, so they run some experiments, and they figure out, after they take some samples from the big cloud of astrophage, they're like, there's the exact same coming off the planet as there is coming to it, which is not the case on all the other planets, because they go to the planet to breed, so there should be more of them. And they're like, why is that? But then Ryan Gosling notices there's a bunch of other like cellular organisms in the sample, and Rocky's like, wait a minute, that's what it is. They're eating it.
That might as well be what it says too.
They figure out that whatever microorganism manages to live on this planet is a natural predator of the astrophage. They eat the astrophage, so the astrophage does not manage to breed here. And for reasons that are still unclear to me, that means the sun is fine.
I guess it's not going to get worse.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Also, they're sort of like bonding over this. Like, first he's like, Rocky's really bossy and telling me what to do all the time. But then he shows Rocky a bunch of like, they have like a simulated Earth environment where you can look at trees and stuff and watch movies. But so he shows him Rocky, and he's like, hey, it's like your name. And they become buds. But they can't be in the same environment because Rocky needs it to be much hotter, and he needs like ammonia in the air or something. It's like completely incompatible with the atmosphere humans need. So they are like, how are we supposed to collect all this microorganism that eats the astrophage? Because we would have to go down to the planet's atmosphere to get that, and this ship isn't designed to do that. So they realize they could build a big chain and just dangle a collector from like low orbit. So it yeets up all the microorganisms, yum, 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 yum. And then they pull it back up, and then they've got all the microorganisms, and they can blast away. They don't need to like go down into the atmosphere and have the ship burn up to nothing and die.
Yay.
That's great.
So they go to do that, but they're having trouble because Ryan Gosling has to go out onto the surface of the ship. Oh, I'm skipping over a bunch of like process stuff where they like figure out. They originally start communicating by like pointing at numbers and being like, "This is this number," because math is universal language.
From the Martian with the signs and the they start with no communication, then they get to instant communication through the course of like a couple scenes.
Yeah, and I'm
when
like,
does that happen in Martian?
Yeah, wait, what are you talking about?
When he has the camera and he's like, okay, we'll have to communicate with like hexadecimal, and then they get to like full IM over like 2 scenes.
Right, okay. And I'm like, this alien wouldn't understand Arabic numerals. He doesn't know that you're pointing at the number 1. But again, we just don't worry about that. Anyway, so I'm skipping over a bunch of like stuff like that, which is kind of like the heart of the movie. So if this sounds boring, it's like that sort of stuff is really what the movie's about. So, it's more interesting than I'm making it sound. Anyway, so yeah, but there's a problem. They're like, Ryan Gosling has to go out onto the hull of the spaceship to get the collection thing. But the ship is sort of starting to burn up in the low orbit, and like stuff falls off and like knocks him in the head, and he drops the sample, and he didn't clip it to himself for some reason, and so it's like almost falling off the ship. So he has to go down and get it and then swing himself around back into the ship. Meanwhile, the whole time the ship's getting lower and lower in its orbit, and they're burning up more and more. So he has to like really shoot the engine, like really blast it real super hard so that they can get out of the orbit. But then the ship's being torn apart because the engine's running so hot. So he has to like eject the fuel tanks because there's a hole in them. So the astrophage is like shooting out from the ship to the planet, and that's like causing big problems. And then the ship is spinning really so hard that it makes Ryan Gosling pass out before he can like do the stabilize our spinning thing. The button for stabilizing the spinning. Okay. So Rocky bursts out of his bubble with his safe environment so he can flip the switch and save Ryan Gosling, bring him over to like the medical bay where the robot on the ship can put him on an oxygen mask and make sure he doesn't die. But oh no, now Rocky's really hurt because he spent a long time in the Earth oxygen-rich environment that is toxic to him.
No. But it's toxic to him.
I know, it's awful. So when Ryan Gosling wakes up, Rocky has crawled back to his bubble, but he's not moving because he got so hurt by all that. So Ryan Gosling's like, oh man. He sets up a little heat lamp for him, and he's like, I hope my buddy's okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to work on this microorganism. And he does it. He figures out a way to breed them so that they'll grow a bunch of them, and they can both bring them back to their home planets and save them with this microorganism. But he's like, but what about my buddy Rocky? And then Rocky wakes up and he's like, yay, my buddy Rocky's fine. Also, when Rocky finds out that Ryan Gosling is going to die and he's not going to get to go back home because Rocky is going to get back home. Oh, yeah, everyone on Rocky's ship died except him because these aliens don't know what space radiation is. So they just didn't shield their ship. And so only Rocky, who was near the astrophage that eats the radiation, yum, 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 survived. But yeah, when Rocky finds out that Ryan Gosling's not going to get back, he's like, I don't want someone else to die after all my guys died, so I'm going to give you some of my astrophage from my ship so you can use it to get back home. It'll make me take a little bit longer to get home, but that's fine. I don't care. And Ryan Gosling's really happy about that. So they got the stuff. They're both going to part ways. They're like, we did it. But another flashback. An accidental explosion killed both the science officers, like the original and the backup, who were going to go on the space mission. So like, we need someone else. And they're like, Ryan Gosling, you're the only one who can do it in the time that we have left to do this. And he's like, I can't. And he meets with Sandra Hüller, and he's like, I really thought about it and I can't do it. I'm a big coward and I can't I know it's important, but I just can't do it. And she's like, that's okay, because I'm not asking you. And then they drug him and put him on the ship. And it turns out he didn't actually choose to save the Earth. He was forced to do it. But he's already become brave and like actually risked his life for other people. So who cares? So anyway, they both head home, but Ryan Gosling finds out that the microorganism eats through the canisters they're keeping them in because they bred them in the canisters. So they also evolved to eat those. So he can fix it because he has plenty of material on his ship, but Rocky's ship is made out of the material they use. It'll tear apart the ship and Rocky won't know why. No. So instead of going back home, he changes his trajectory so he can meet back up with Rocky, get to his ship in time to save him, teach him how to fix the problem. And he sends the probes back to Earth so Earth won't die. And we see older Sandra Hüller get his message and be like, Earth's all cold now, but it's going to be okay because we got this microorganism. And then we see Ryan Gosling is on Rocky's home planet. The scientists there built him a whole bubble that's with an Earth environment inside it that he can live in. So, he won't die on their planet. And Rocky has a little suit he can use to come in and visit him, and they hang out on the beach. And Rocky's like, our scientists are figuring out a way to send you back home. And Ryan Gosling's like, I'll have to think about it. And Rocky's like, yes, think about it a long time because we're friends now. And I don't want to see you go away. And Ryan Gosling's like, I'm going to go be a high school teacher to all these little rock aliens now. And I guess they're the children because they're smaller than Rocky. And it's a happy ending. He gets to be a cool science teacher again for a bunch of aliens. Wow.
Hooray.
We did it.
We did it.
With your 10 seconds. You made it with 10 seconds to spare. You want to say anything else?
Yeah. Well, these tiebreakers are rigged against me because they're about music, and I don't think that's fair.
Whoa, there goes the thing.
Whoa. Rocket, just like in the movie.
Don't worry, that wasn't synced up for my version of it either. It was weird that the sound didn't quite match. Yeah, I think that's more or less it. I feel like I can't remember exactly what the structure of the flashbacks and flash forward or the flashbacks is, but I feel like they're sprinkled somewhat. But yeah,
I think Diggins did a good job.
I think Diggins did a great job. It was a touchdown,
Woo.
Hail Mary.
Hey, the name of the movie.
Like the name of the movie.
Great job, Nando.
Yeah. So now that we've done that, I mean, there's only one thing left to do about the movie.
Yep.
And are there any wheels in this movie? There must be.
There's balls.
I mean, he's in a car at one point. There's the two oxygen rings that Rocky makes to indicate to Ryan Gosling that he changed the environment in the ship connector so that Ryan Gosling could breathe in it.
That's true. That's a good point. So yeah, we have an oxygen ring wheel that we can spin, and then we'll just see, where it lands. Those are the things we're going to nitpick about. Would you like to spin the oxygen wheel?
I would love to spin the oxygen wheel, guys. And also, I mean, the whole ship spins to simulate gravity, so it's like that too.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna spin this, and it's whoa, tick 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 tick. Well, really, it shouldn't be ticking because there's no sound in space, but
that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, it landed on one of Nando's. Wow.
Oh, okay. So this one is a pretty good one for the beginning of the movie. This one is Wheel Size is called Exposition Impossible. This is just a question I had coming into the movie because I was like, oh, he wakes with a head injury or something. I knew that. I knew he has to figure out why he's on the spaceship. They don't leave him anything. There's not a book or a video, and there is a computer that he's talking to, and the computer's not hey, you don't seem to know everything about the spaceship. Let me give you the tour of the spaceship. I get the Project Hail Mary thing is kind of thrown together. It's not the best, project of space travel ever, most thought through one. But God, he climbs so many fucking ladders after he gets out of his thing, and the thing's you can't climb ladders, sir, you'll fall and die. And he does it anyway because you didn't tell him anything about the ship. And they got very lucky about everything that happened, but that's, I feel the luckiest part of this movie. And the part that made me go, are they trying to trick him or something? If I were him, I genuinely would be well, there's no reason they wouldn't tell me this, so this must be a prank or something. And it's not. But it's one of those movies where everybody is so competent all the time that whenever one little slip up happens or there's one logical inconsistency, it feels more of a problem than in a movie where it's yeah, they're all normal people, whatever. I don't know, why did they not expect him to have memory loss coming out of his 6-year coma or whatever?
Well, no, the computer says there might be some amnesia because
right?
the induced coma.
I'll tell you what, they didn't expect 2/3 of the crew to die.
Whoa.
That was probably not in the plan, right?
But if the amnesia happened to him, it could happen to them too, right? So
yeah, that's true.
You gotta plan for the possibility that none of them remember when they wake up.
Right.
They're lucky that Ryan Gosling didn't die, apparently, because
they are.
Was there something where they said like a line? It's like, oh, he has like a gene which is like good for coma or whatever.
No.
So this is a book thing, and I don't know if that line slipped into the movie and like it kind of came. But there is a part of the book, I believe, where like to do the trip you need the alpha gene or something that only some people have, and it's revealed later in the movie that Ryan Gosling also has. So that's like kind of the like, oh, he can go into space, even though we didn't really think that was something we needed to worry about with him. But yeah, if it comes in here, it's that'd be mentioned very briefly.
I think the only nod to it is at one point Ryan Gosling, and when he's talking to the crew in the flashback before he's on the crew, he's like, I don't have the bravery gene you guys do.
Oh,
and the guy's like, it's not a gene, you know, it's just you got to have something that you're willing to do it for.
And
then, you know, it's like the movie.
Yeah, it is like the movie. But yeah, what'd you think of Sandra Hüller's character who organized all of this and like put everything together and stuff? Nick Fury, or whatever.
Yeah, right. She's doing the Nick Fury Pentecost. What the fuck's his name from?
No, Striker Pentecost or Stacker Pentecost. Yeah,
just all of those characters. I will say the just like kidnapping him to go to space. I understand that we must do this at all costs, but like I feel like sending an unwilling person to space is like not good strategy, right?
Yeah, but like once you're already there, what are you gonna do? Let all humanity die out of spite?
I mean, I might.
Well, also he doesn't. They kind of say this like they don't have anybody else that can even conceivably do what they need. So like it does feel like it's some sort of like last minute, desperate attempt to do something like to score a point in the end of a game or something like that. So I feel like that part of it makes sense for me.
God, is there a name for that, Nando? When somebody does that?
Like in baseball, I think you would call it like a grand slam, but you're always trying to hit the ball really hard, so that doesn't feel like that works.
Yeah, no.
There must be another sport. Does hockey have one of those, DJ? Hockey.
Well,
pulling the goalie.
Yeah, the empty netter.
Yeah,
Project Empty Net.
Project Empty Net. Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I guess my thing with her too is like, it seems like she also knows that Ryan Gosling might have to go to space. Like she's a character who just would have thought of everything. Maybe it isn't like planning that, but like it's like if these fucking idiots die, then I'll have to send him. I feel like she could have maybe tricked him or something better, like manipulated him mentally so that he wasn't so anti going into space. But maybe she did do that, and he would have been even more against it before. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty weird that they do it like that. Because it only makes things harder. It makes a better book, probably.
It certainly pays off. You know, it fucking worked. She got those samples back. Like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew.
Mm-hmm. And he respects me now. He like does little jokes on his little video I do. So like it's like, man, he's cool. But yeah, maybe we'll get back to her. But she's interesting in the book.
Okay.
But let me spin the ship one more time, at least one more time, probably a couple more times. But I'll spin it and we'll see where it lands. Tick 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 tick. That's the sound of Ryan Gosling typing on a computer, by the way. Like you said, there's no sound in space. And it landed on one of DJ's. DJ, what does this one say?
Yeah. So this isn't until the very end of the movie, but it's at the top of the mind for me. So I really would like to bring this up now. Plus the wheel selected it, not me. Right. But all right, but who's he fucking? Who's he fucking? And I have a very specific. So, you know, he gets his cool biodome at the end of the movie, and they give him everything he needs, right? I guess they give him a sun, air, water, food. You know, who knows how they got all that? Maybe they used some food that he had on the ship. He had on his ship, whatever. Like seeds. They did all that.
I would imagine they had lots of food on the ship since they had it originally for 3 people, and now there's only 1.
Yeah, right.
So.
That's true. So that's probably how he's able to have potentially survived the journey in the first place.
Yeah. So that's fine. Hopefully it's stuff you could plant, whatever. But you know, there's really a basic need that, you know, I don't think that the Iridians have considered. So guys, you're in that biodome. Who's he fucking?
Well, DJ, I have two different answers for you.
Okay.
The first answer is actually a thing a lot of people say about the book, or like speculate about the book, or headcanon is the term the kids use, where a lot of people suggest that Dr. Ryland Grace is in fact asexual, as evidenced by his lack of enthusiasm or like interest in romantic attachments. I think it's a little clearer in the book through his narration than it is in this movie, but he seems generally uninterested and like has no really strong like connections on Earth, and like the most meaningful thing in his life ends up being this very strong platonic friendship with this alien. So some people suggest that that's a sign that like, he is asexual and aromantic and not interested in that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so friendship really is the highest ideal for him.
Nice.
My second answer is that he's fucking the robot.
Yeah, that's an option.
No.
It's got hands.
There's even a third option: is he could be fucking the Rock, right? Like this.
I don't think he's fucking the Rock.
How monogamous the Rock is.
I was gonna say, maybe Adrian's willing to open the relationship up.
Oh my
maybe
God.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see why not. I feel like if you're Grace, you get to set a lot of terms here for like, this is our Earth custom, and it's just like, on Earth it's very normal to just like have sex with all the Rock girlfriends, even if they're not your wife. So I don't know if we could do that on Iridia, but that is an Earth thing.
I just think there's only the one hole the Iridians have, and I think
that we know of. Maybe there's secret holes. I feel like if the Iridian saw Ryan Gosling, he wouldn't be like, "There's a butthole in there somewhere." Like, they have clothes on. So,
yeah, you don't know what sheath is covering what orifice.
Yeah. Also, I mean, they made him a beach. Can they not just make him like a
fleshlight
vibrator? Yeah, like a sex doll or something. Like
the Xenonite.
Why not
a Xenonite sex doll?
Yeah,
could be. I thought, Nando, you were going to say he has a lot of leverage because he shows up and Rocky's like, "This is my human friend, Grace. I would literally have died and failed in this mission without him. Our entire species owes him everything."
Yeah.
Like, you can ask for anything.
Yeah, you really could.
But you don't want that pyrodynamic in a sexual relationship, Diggins. It's too much pressure, You won't have any actual connection.
Well, I mean, I imagine there's also got to be a big community of, because this is the internet, of people that do say he's in love with The Rock or something.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, like, I don't.
Do we have to look for the Avatar and Zootopia?
I'm without a doubt.
All right,
I'm
hold on. Yeah. I'm going on Archive of Our Own. I'm gonna check how many Grace / Rocky fics there are. You guys can continue
on Discord. All right.
I was gonna say also, like, he has his little TV, right, of all of Earth's wonderful moments in media. Yes. So I'm sure some of that's pornography. In the book, apparently, it's all of the movies ever made and stuff. Like they go like, we're gonna. Them? They just take them. What are they gonna do? Sue them in space? Like,
but like, how do the Iridians actually get them? Like,
well, I mean, like they're on the ship. Laptop. Like they give him Grace.
Like he took every. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay, that's great.
So, like, I mean, it would be funny though if it gets to Iridia and then Disney's already there and they're like, "Sir, our lawyers had a feeling something was up."
We're 7 light years behind, but that's so Raven's popping off right now. So good.
Do you have the express written consent of the American Broadcasting Company, sir? We'll be taking that Bluey.
You guys want to watch the 2015 Super Bowl? It's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, Diggins, what do you got?
Wow, I'm actually having trouble finding one. Oh, okay.
You should not be surprised. No. This I don't think that this is something in a book.
Wow, guys. Frankly, the number surprises me. Do you either of you want to take a guess?
So what am I guessing? What's
the number of works with the tag Ryland Grace / Rocky, which indicates that they are in a relationship in this fic?
I'm gonna say 50.
I'm gonna say like 10.
DJ's actually closer. It's 42.
Wow. Oh, the meaning of life.
Number. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. Are any of them good? Like, do any of them have high ratings and like are like the best one? Did Andy Weir write any of them, or at least read them?
I
should
don't have that. I don't have that information for you right now.
Well, that would be. I'd change my title to like Weir approved. Rocky sucks Grace's dick or something. I feel like the other thing about Grace is like you're saying, like maybe asexual, aromantic. He also just doesn't like people generally. It seems like he doesn't. I feel like he has no. Besides the kids, who he does seem to enjoy teaching, he doesn't really care about stuff. Like, they even say it in the thing. There's like, you don't even have a dog. Like, you got nothing, dude.
Yeah, right.
And like, I believe I could totally see him just being like, oh, a planet with no human beings? Fuck yeah. I'll just do whatever. This is what I was always wanting.
Is it true that in the book he is like much older on Iridia? Like
yes,
he spent a lot.
I think so. Yeah.
The movie kind of
You'd have to
implies
assume.
Maybe. Well, the movie implies like, it was a couple of years or something.
Yeah.
Well, then we see Sandra Hüller, and she's much older, so it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
well, right. I imagine the ship with the Iridia fuel goes faster than the pods.
Right.
Because it's got the fuel. But then, I don't know. I don't understand a lot of the science. I'm sure Andy Weir figured all of that out, but...
Well, yeah, that's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that apparently Neil deGrasse Tyson said this movie approved?
Oh, wait, can I go back and say I hate it? Because I hate it. I don't like it anymore. It's bad. I heard it's not approved, and we'll probably get to that in the wheel. But we'll talk about it.
There's a couple things.
Yeah.
Well, let me spin that. Let me spin this wheel.
Yeah, spin that wheel real quick.
And it landed on Diggins's.
That took you a second.
Yeah. The handwriting on the wheel is quite sloppy.
Diggins's, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. The colors we use in fairness to DJ, in like wheels, like Wheel of Fortune, they use all the colors. We just use very similar shades of blue.
That's
so it's
true.
like, we all look like it's the same. You have to like hold up the little Sherman-Williams paint chart to figure out who is actually the one who's this is there. Square.
We could change it, but we don't want to.
It's nice blue. Like, it's pretty.
They're really good shades.
That's all you need. But what does this one say, Diggins?
This one says Astrophagus.
Oh, what about the Astrophagus?
No, Astrophagus, like outrageous.
Oh, I thought it was Astrophagus, like racist towards the Astrophagus.
Which we are, to be clear.
I am.
I feel...
If I ever see one on the street, oof,
maybe there's a lot more of this in the book. In fact, there probably is. I feel like I don't understand the Astrophage thing.
Okay.
What don't you understand? Or like, what are your questions?
So, first of all, I don't understand why the solution works. So, like, astrophages go to stars. They eat up all the star energy. Yum, 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 yum. Yep. Then they use it to blast off to a planet where they breed and then blast off again to other stars. Am I understanding that properly?
Seems like it, yeah.
So why does a thing that eats them once they get to the planet make them stop?
Because
aren't they still eating the sun?
Well, I guess it's like if like you had like ducks and then little ponds, and one of the ponds was on fire. It wouldn't kill all the ducks necessarily, but it would kill the ducks that go to that pond. I don't know.
Is the idea that like the like Petrova line, as they call it, the like thing,
right.
It's not a one-way line. It's like they go to Venus and then they go to the sun to eat. So it's like the numbers constantly increasing. Is that the idea? And then
I think that's
having these little guys in there keeps the number down so they never meaningfully impact the sun.
I would imagine that's right.
I thought they were eting all of them. They were just like, it was like a vacuum. Like, I'm
no. He says it's the same number coming out as coming in. So like some are still coming out, but it's not growing.
Okay, so I guess that's fine. A little bit of sun can get eaten. I
guess.
You know, if they're reproducing like that, the beginning's bad, but like, you know, after a couple generations, it's like the sun's just getting eaten in 1 second, I guess. So like you just as long as you can keep away from that, you're probably okay.
Where did astrophage come from?
That was my second part of this question. Nando, why'd you do that?
Because I was trying to make a cool thing that was an astrophage, but then it accidentally turned out to be astrophage. Oh my god.
Man.
I know.
I can't believe you screwed up so bad.
I know. Don't tell anybody. It'll be a big problem. I'll go to jail or something. I'm just going to shoot it all into space and that'll probably...
No, Nando, we've decided destroying the planet isn't a crime. You'll actually be given a lot of money because you did that.
That's true. I'll get some sort of peace prize or whatever. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But no, why is this suddenly a problem everywhere? Like, why are they everywhere, and why did they suddenly appear? And like, I don't think the movie needs this, to be clear. I don't think this is a problem with the movie, but it is something that I thought would get an answer at some point and just never does.
Yeah, I imagine there's got to be something too, like how diseases spread, where like COVID or something, there's like a little bit of it and then it's everywhere, and it's just like kind of immediate once it passes a point. It is like if you were in the star system where it showed up, it would be kind of maybe slow, but then if you're in one of the ones that it spreads to, once it's mature, then it would just wreck shop immediately. I don't know though. It's just another one where I'm like, I guess the writer probably has like a chart or something, and if he shows me that chart, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like, I'd be like, that's probably it.
They did a good job.
And come to think of it, at one point they're like, we can see all the other stars are dying also, but like we get that information years and years after it happens, so those stars are like already dead, aren't they?
Okay, so I was wondering about this because they say the planet they go to is 11 light years from Earth, right? Which means I imagine we're 11 years late on all the rest of them that are at that like level. So, and we hear it takes like 30 years before there's like a meaningful change in the brightness of the sun.
Well, 30 years is when like the amount of time it'll take before like the temperature drops so significantly that people are going to starve.
Right. So like, I would assume it would be really hard for us to figure this out. I don't know what they know. Maybe they have these. Maybe there's somebody checking on all the stars at all times.
Right, but
and
like,
it used to be Doge got him, but
it's just not possible to get that information faster than the speed of light.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's also not possible to travel faster than the speed of light, but they seem to have figured that out also. So I guess if you can do that, why can't you send a radio wave faster? I don't know.
Are they traveling faster than the speed of light? I thought they were traveling at the speed of light, and it had been 11 years.
Is it 11 years? Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, I thought he was going to take...
Well, because like when the mission's about to launch, when he's talking to her, she's like, what's your plan for the next 20 years? So like, it'll take... the 11 years to get there and then the 11 years to get back before they actually get the results of this.
That's a good point. I guess, how does like quantum stuff work? That's like instantaneously over a long distance. So maybe that's what we're getting.
Theoretically, that's purely theorized. We don't really know how to make that happen.
That's interstellar bullshit.
I know, yeah.
No, I mean, I just think what is interesting about the astrophage, like maybe it didn't happen all. Well, yeah, whatever. Maybe all the telescopes came in one day. It's like, hey, all these stars are getting eaten. We just got it all in. It all came in today.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they're like riding the light, then it makes sense that they show up at the same time that we see one other star has them at least. But like all of them?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just such vast interstellar distances. It seems bizarre that they would be everywhere immediately.
Also, point. Where it came from. Where was the lab leak? Where did astrophage lab leak from? We're looking at you, Andromeda.
That was the real Wuhan lab leak. Was the astrophage. They thought it was COVID, but actually...
Just wait till 5 years they see the sun's dying and they're like, oh no.
Yeah. Then we'll all feel pretty bad about that bacteria or whatever that he brought back that we all ate to kill the astrophage or something, you know.
So every other galaxy is gone except for Tau Ceti and ours, right?
Stars are gone.
And whichever star system Iridia is on.
Right. So those three are left intact. But there's going to be a lot more. What?
I was going to say, they could shoot astrophage killer at all the rest of them if they wanted to. Like,
I don't think it would save the suns. I don't.
Yeah, they have to get it onto the planet that the astrophage is going to in that system.
Yeah. I
And
feel like you
like,
could do that.
And I don't know that the bacteria would survive the journey.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, let's just say all the rest are dead, right? Is that any ramifications, or is it like, oh, that sucks?
I think it's more along the lines of, oh, that sucks. The night sky will be a lot less interesting.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wonder. Well, I guess it would have had to been they had to go to Tau Ceti because everything was okay in Tau Ceti. But like the scale of that, like if there are other civilizations that were in these other solar systems, it's like, oh, too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible that there were other civilizations that went there, found this stuff, and went back, and it's just like they weren't on the same time scale as we were, so
that's fair.
We just didn't happen to meet them. It could be that unlikely alien friendships are forming constantly in Tau Ceti over the course of these 30 years.
That's
true. Right? It's just like bumping into each other. It's like, yeah.
Maybe there's like a language that all the aliens but us can read, and when you get to Tau Ceti, there's a big sign that says like, it's bacteria, you go get it here.
Yeah.
And like Rocky can read that, and he's like, but it's so hard to make friends in your 40s. Like, I want to, this guy seems nice. He's very handsome. Like, I'm attracted to him as a rock.
At one point, he says he and his partner have been together for like 120 years. So I think it'd be more like, it's so hard to make friends in your 150s.
That's true, yeah. And it worked out for both of them, so, you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool of him. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, do either of you have any other questions about the astrophage?
No.
Not really.
All right. Well, then
I mean, like, I'm sure I have a lot of things I don't understand, but none that I can form into a question.
I guess I somewhat related. So, like, early on, Sandra Hüller is like, you wrote this paper about non-water-based life forms, and that's important to what we're doing. And then it turns out they're not non-water-based life forms, and then that expertise of his never matters again.
I feel like that's true, but also I feel like Rocky's kind of a non-water-based life form, maybe.
Isn't it Rocky proving that that's true?
It's that, and also
potentially, but they never like talk about it.
I feel like what she said she wants in the beginning of the movie is a scientist who believes they're right when everybody else is wrong or whatever. Right. But that doesn't really matter, like, because it's not like they haven't proved they proved the sun thing, and everybody on Earth seems to accept that. And he's not particularly brave. That's like part of his, especially in the beginning. So like, yeah, I don't know why she's like, this is the guy we need to. I mean, I guess you'd want someone who's like good at thinking outside the box, but I don't know. It feels like there'd be better ways to get that than look at people who had crazy papers that didn't end up mattering, or like, you know, they were cast out by the scientific community. I mean, maybe, to be fair, maybe they just did all the other stuff. Like, maybe they did go through all of those scientists and they all exploded or quit. And she's kind of selling it. It's like, we need someone who like nobody believes in, but it's really like he's the only scientist that they haven't tried with this. So what are they gonna do?
Okay,
yeah.
Also, he has nobody. Maybe they're getting a lot of like loners because they're like, well, in case we need an astronaut, and it goes sideways.
Well, if they're focusing on scientists, that won't be hard.
Yeah, that's a good point. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Can we put him on the plane anyway?
Friggin' nerds.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel again?
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, look at Ryan Gosling go. Tick, 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 tick. He's really typing away. Nando, it landed on one of yours.
So this one just says, hey, where did you get that suit? At the end of the movie, we see Rocky walking around in a little Rocky suit. that he is able to use in Grace's atmosphere or whatever that they've created on Iridia. And I was kind of like, oh, I guess that would exist. Why wouldn't you bring that? Or why wouldn't that be something you'd have here? But then also, why wouldn't you bring that into space?
Correct.
Like, I get he can't print one in the time it takes. Although it seems like he could, because they make all the the tubes and shit. So like, it's not like he's working with a limited resource pool or can't do this quickly. But it's like, what did you guys think you were gonna do when you got there? Never leave the ship? Like, and
it just seems like that is the answer. Yes.
Yeah, if they never showed the little suit, I would be fine with it. I would be like, yeah, that's whatever. But because they showed the suit, I'm like, that's weird that they didn't do that. Also, can Rocky breathe in space? Probably not, right?
I don't think so.
I doubt it. He has a hole.
Yeah.
And it all gets sucked out the hole.
Right. So, like, yeah, it's weird that he doesn't. I don't know. It's weird that they don't have any method for doing any of that. It's also weird now that I think about it that Grace doesn't try to come up with one or something. They should have a little fashion montage in the middle of this movie where he gives Rocky a bunch of little suits and then he goes behind a curtain and walks out with them. And he goes, not that one. And
he just shakes his head a couple times and is like, yeah,
you know what? That's it. And then, yeah, because like, I don't know. I mean, if he did that, right? First of all, the ball is knocking everything over, so that's inconvenient. Second, the tube takes up a lot of space in the ship. But then third, he wouldn't have to get out of his little thing to pick up Grace later. So it's, yeah, the whole thing just, it's a weird little detail that they add into the end of the movie that I don't fully understand why they even bothered with it. But you know, I don't know. They did do it. What'd you think of Grace's space shuttle and space suit and stuff? Pretty good looking.
Yeah,
I like the design it is.
Pretty standard human design there.
Yeah. I like that it's red. And yeah, what did you think of Rocky's ship?
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I like the kind of abstract design of it.
It was so massive, which I guess makes sense. It was like 23 of them. But those Iridians, they had the right idea. They sent a lot of people on the ship. Maybe we should have done the same.
Well, but the more people you have, the more fuel you need because then the ship is heavier. And it's very delicate calculations about this stuff.
Well, the Iridians figured it out.
Well, we might get to it, but the fuel is a big thing in the book that doesn't come up in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it because this is my other real slice. But well, no, let's talk real quick now. That's the reason that this is so difficult in the book is that they just don't have enough fuel to do this, to breed enough astrophage to get the ship to go as far as they need would require like more power than Earth's ever produced. So have you heard what they do to like get that?
They put on some Marvin Gaye tracks.
I mean, they may have done that as well, but what they do is they pave over Africa and use that to like collect energy. And that's supposed to be part of the kind of like, wow, Sandra Hüller can really do whatever the fuck she wants. Like if she, and by Africa, I guess it's like the Sahara Desert or something like that. So it's not, but like they just do that, pave that and use that to collect sunlight. And then,
well, like, you mean they pave it as like a solar farm, you mean?
Yeah, something like that. And that's where they get the and that's how they are able to make the astrophage. They also apparently set off a nuke in the polar ice caps to slow the global cooling. So we get a little global warming going at the same time.
They accelerate global warming to combat the global cooling.
It makes sense.
Yeah. And that's what we should start doing now. Well, the opposite of that. We should nuke.
We should nuke the Sahara Desert and build solar farms on the polar ice cap.
There it is.
Pretty cool.
We need ice.
But yeah, I feel like in the book, Sandra, from what I understand, Sandra Hüller's character is more like a little bit more like kind of sinister and more just like she'll fucking do whatever. Enough so that like, and I don't know if this is like something people believe, but maybe she killed those astronauts on purpose because she was like, these guys kind of suck and I need to kill them. Otherwise Grace isn't going to do it. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's crazy.
She's the kind of character in the book that seems like she would do that, but in the movie doesn't play that way.
That feels like an insane plan, though.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
some sort of like last minute basketball shot, like a half court shot.
Oh, a half court shot. Yeah.
Buzzer beater.
Ooh,
that's what this
buzzer
is.
Beater. Yeah.
Buzzer beater.
That's the word I was thinking of.
Remember when LeBron got mad at that guy? I can't remember who it was because he just forgot that it was late in the game and he didn't pass the
J.R.
ball.
Smith.
That was what that was.
Is that picture where LeBron's just like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that reminds me of... she feels like she's written here the same way that the... what is his name? The owner is written in Jurassic Park. Where like in the book he's way more bad, but then in the movie they kind of turn him into Santa Claus because it's like more palatable.
Sure.
I mean, I do feel like in the movie Jurassic Park, he's still like he's more sympathetic, but it's still like he fucked up bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing to have to do. And they leave it out, and I think I understand why. A lot of the people that say like the movie should be longer, because DJ, your opinion is pretty like held throughout the community, is like they should put that stuff in there.
I am the people's champ.
Yeah, it's a lot of the people that read the books are like, well, that and a lot of the solving the problem stuff they just kind of fly through in this movie, but like in the books, there's more
because it's more interesting to read about than it is to watch a person do on a screen.
Yeah, that's
But anyway, yeah. So it's weird that they do whatever it is that I said. Oh, the suit. It's weird that the suit works the way that it does. It doesn't seem to be anything that anybody's thought of before. I'm going to spin the ship one more time. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. It landed on one of DJ's. DJ, what's this one say?
Yeah, and they live happily ever after. So one thing they don't address, I'd be curious if they address this in the book. So, you know, they are able, you know, there's not mass extinction because they get the Tau amoeba to, you know, take care of the astrophage. But, like, it seems like the Earth got pretty cool. Do they ever explain how they got, like, more sun back? Were they able to, like, regenerate new sun?
I don't think they are. I think it's just, like, you stop it from getting so bad that, like, life is impossible. We just got to deal with the fact. We just got to deal with the fact that the Earth is colder.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Live in fear? You got to go out and get back to shopping and stuff. Like this is our lives now.
Well, we got to nuke the polar ice caps and make global warming worse until we can equalize it back at the ideal temperature.
That's what I'm wondering, right? Where it's like because like now like the cold places are really cold. Maybe like the tropics are not as tropic-y anymore. Like maybe they're just like so fucking pissed. Like I can't fucking believe it anymore.
I mean, frankly, the idea that the astrophages can eat so much of the sun that its light is like dimmed that considerably, like that's insane.
That is insane.
Like, and it's not clear to me if it's like there's so many of them that the sun's light isn't reaching Earth because they're eating. I guess this is the question. Is it they're eating so much of the light that Earth isn't getting it, and then like that is why the Earth is cooling? Because if that's the case, then thinning them out would bring the heat back. But if the problem is they're like wearing out the sun and it's dying, then that's not a problem that getting rid of them solves. The sun is still much older and is not and is like less powerful.
Yeah, I guess could it be like if you had like a fire and going, and then you like did something to suppress it a little bit, but then you stop doing that, the fire would come back to whatever state it was in before.
Like fires use oxygen. I mean, I guess there's like a big nuclear. Oh, could we nuke the sun?
We should send Cillian Murphy to nuke the sun. Yeah, that's the answer to this question. Cillian Murphy and Chris Evans and whoever else was in that movie. We just sunshine them. Because
there we go.
I do think in the end we see Sandra Hüller and like she's in like was it like an icebreaker ship in the middle of the. But do we know that that's not just like in Antarctica or something?
I think the implication is just the Earth is much colder.
That's what I would assume too. But she's just a weirdo.
I think the idea is that they're on the same ship they were always on. It's just cold.
Just cold now. Yeah, that's probably right. Although. We are supposed to know this according to the people that made the movie. Apparently, she got arrested and went to military tribunal jail for a while.
Probably should.
Yeah, because the nations of the world kind of got angry at her, and then because Project Hail Mary didn't immediately work. Apparently, you're only supposed to figure this out because she has a tattoo in that scene that if you see it, you're like, oh, that's what that is. But I
wait, in this movie? I mean, like, it sounds like in the book that's justified, but in this movie, what did she do?
I guess, like, it did take a lot of money probably to do what they were doing, maybe, or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because she stole all the Disney movies and put them on the ship.
Oh, could be.
Like,
yeah, illegal. It's actually the copyright infringement. That's what got her.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's almost certainly it. And, yeah, I think it makes more sense in the book, but that is what they were going for.
I guess there's a lot of things that are in that category. It's like, oh, but in like the book, it makes sense. I don't know. Like, I think they're like, I don't know. I've read or been told that like there's some of the science stuff in this movie where it's like, nope, that's not like the big ones, like the centrifuge. Like he has like 2 different liquids in the centrifuge or something like that. He's using it.
Well, no, that's not the problem. Do you not know what the centrifuge problem is?
What's the centrifuge?
You've used a centrifuge before, I'm sure.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Diggins, you know what the centrifuge? Oh, okay. He doesn't balance the centrifuge. He doesn't put an equal weight, one of them, on the other side. Yeah. He puts them both next to each other and then starts it, and that won't work. Like, you have to...
okay.
It has to be balanced, otherwise, classic centrifuge stuff.
Good classic. Sorry, I'm not part of the rich, privileged few who get to use a centrifuge on a daily basis. Apologies.
I definitely saw one once.
I used a centrifuge at our college that we all went to.
That's true.
What's your excuse?
I didn't do your class of centrifuge. I didn't take centrifuge 101.
It wasn't because of a class. It was because of research work I was doing.
Well, I didn't research. I played a lot of Fallout. That's what I did.
That's true. You weren't going to the centrifuge parties and stuff?
No.
That'd be actually a pretty fun party, mixing drinks via centrifuge. I bet that
would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Someone has done that 100%.
Yeah, that sounds like some bullshit that you could probably buy now. Is like a fancy machine. You've seen those machines where you like put your liquor in it and it makes you a cocktail automatically. One level above that is like it mixes it at an atomic level by centrifuging it.
There's definitely like a bar in somewhere in Manhattan where it's like we centrifuge your drink together.
Yep. And if there's not yet, there will be.
And after this movie, everyone will go centrifuge crazy.
Yeah, what could we call it? Project Hail Bloody Mary, maybe? That would be the name of a drink at the bar. What's like a famous bar name? I don't know. We've got time to figure this out.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
There's a bar in New York, in Vegas called Centrifuge that has 3.2 stars on Google.
That sounds about right for a bar in the New York part of Vegas.
It's like a rotating bar. Oh, it looks like it's a rotating bar.
That makes sense. Is it in their little Space Needle or something? They've got all their like. Oh, well, I guess
they have a little
New York.
I was gonna say, why do they have a little Space Needle in New York?
Well, isn't the New York one kind of all of America is themed or something? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been there. But
I don't know, Nando. Unlike you, I don't love Las Vegas so much that I've been there.
It's a beautiful place full of everything people could want.
There's something called
legalized gambling.
A thing that's only been healthy for society.
There's
something called the Spinzall. It's the only centrifuge designed by bar and restaurant people for bar and restaurant people.
Hey, there we go.
Now you're talking. So wait, what's it called? Spinzall, you said?
Spinzall. What was previously a niche technique is now a key component of many establishments. Oh my god.
If you say so, Spinzall Computers or whatever services that makes this, because I've never seen one before.
But I mean, how many kitchens have you worked in?
That's a great. Well, I've worked in at least one, and they weren't as cool as Spinzall technology would have let you. Like I wouldn't expect them to have. I'd expect them to have something like the Spinzall.
If I saw this at a bar I went to, I'd be like, I'm leaving. Like this is not.
Well, look, it also doesn't look that cool.
That's what I'm saying. It looks super lame.
It just looks like. You just assume it's a blender or something,
right?
Especially because it looks like a food processor, and then I'm like, yeah, I used to have one of those. Like,
I'm trying to watch the video, but
popular.
Yeah, but they're not doing it; they're just talking. So I want to see it in action, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, the other problem with the centrifuge is it would be bad for drinks, right? Because it wouldn't mix them. It would separate them.
Yeah,
right?
No, that is the actual point of a centrifuge.
Yeah.
It separates things.
So this would be good for like something where you need to separate stuff.
Well,
like one of those like theme drinks where it's like, ooh, you can see each layer of the drink because they're different densities.
Here's what it says. The Spinzall will give you beautifully clear, bright, and clean-tasting fruit liqueurs. It will make crystal clear fruit juices that won't ruin carbonation, cordials for stirred cocktails, impeccable herb and spice oils, and it can make ultra-dense purees. You will get these results better, faster, and with higher yield than any other technique.
I guess it would get all the pulp out, yeah.
I think it is a food processor. Like, that's why it looks like it, is because that's what it is. Good.
Oh, this is pretty stupid. Anyway, I forget what we were talking about. So, yeah.
The centrifuge thing, the science.
The science, yeah. Like, I'm sure there are so many things like that in this movie. And part of me is like, whatever, it's fine. Like, I don't need to yell at the movie all so much. You know, it's I get it. There are probably people who watch it and they're like, you got all these things wrong. But not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, he liked it.
But everyone else.
He doesn't know fucking shit about centrifuges. He's a fraud.
Well, that's probably.
I mean,
he's a space guy.
To be fair, as an astrophysicist, I would be surprised if he knew a lot about centrifuges.
He should learn. He should sit his astrophysicist ass down and listen instead of talking all the time. I'm tired of hearing it.
So I'm telling us how wrong we all are, right?
Yeah.
For whatever it is we did.
Instead of ruining all the fucking I don't know. What's a movie? Probably Interstellar. I think he had a lot to say about Interstellar.
He did have a, yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, a lot of science.
Anyway, I'll spin this wheel again. Tick 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 tick. Diggins, it's yours.
I've got one here that says justice for Don't Look Up.
Oh no. How dare
That's
you.
right. Nando's favorite movie, I think, has a good counterpoint to this movie, which is if we found out there was a thing making the sun colder, I think the response of a large section of humanity would be, no, there isn't.
Oh, yeah. I think there'd be people that'd be like, good, it's hot over where I am. Like in Florida, Mar-a-Lago, it's very warm. So go astrophage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'd be stuff like that. It would be people being like, I don't care about solving the problem because it's hard and expensive and it gets in the way of me having more money.
Yeah.
I don't even care that I'm going to die in 30 years. I was probably going to anyway. My lifestyle is very unhealthy.
So you think everyone goes the nihilist route? That's your take?
I don't think everyone goes the nihilist route. I think enough rich people do that we're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, they would definitely just build a fucking space shuttle and try to go to Uridia. Or not Uridia, they would go to Tau Ceti instead. Like, if they thought that was an option, they would never be like, we should send one person there and fix it. No. Be like, we're making Earth 2. And
the squeakquel.
The squeakquel, yeah. I do think, I think they would don't look up it. Except, part of me is like, I think, but what would happen when it starts getting colder? What would they do?
Then everyone would blame everyone else and hoard all their food and probably descend into actual wars and actually just die ahead of schedule.
So maybe that's what they got Sandra Hüller in jail for, was just like not creating Mad Max quick enough or something. Because she was like, no, I believe in humanity. And they're like, get out of here. Going to jail for believing in humanity.
So you think that ship is actually her like Mad Max caravan at the end of the movie?
That's why I'm not convinced it's not in just a really weird place where no one would look for it. Is because it's like she's on the run. She's got to get out. They have to get her.
What would be the failed mission where they do try and do something? Because I feel like that's an interesting part of Don't Look Up, where it's like, we're going to fix it by like, they're going to nuke it or some shit like that. Is there anything like that for this?
They would send up the Marines to go fight the astrophage.
Yeah. Yeah, we would like try to hack it, maybe. I don't know.
Nuke Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, not the worst plan. I kind of like it. Because
if we destroy the atmosphere of Venus, Then the astrophage can't breed anymore. Problem solved.
Oh man, that does sound like a good idea, though.
Yeah. Speaking of astrophage breeding, when that stuff starts happening in the movie, and they're like, we don't understand why it can breed in Venus, but not anywhere else. I don't think I'm like a scientific genius, but I was like, well, what's Venus's atmosphere made of? And they had to go to the hardware store and buy the cardboard and make the little room to figure that out. Maybe we just really, all of our smart people didn't want to do this or something.
And also, like, the person who figures that out is Carl.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. He should go on the ship.
Yeah, they should have drugged him.
Yeah. Maybe they did. And he just fell off or something. And didn't even find his body.
Damn.
It's a bummer, but that's what happens.
Rip in peace, Carl.
But yeah, no, don't look up while a horrible movie that's no fun is right about a lot of things. It's not a horrible movie. It thinks it's smarter than it is. But
well, it also doesn't help that like Adam McKay in real life has gone crazy.
What is his deal now? Is he like he's not like Republican though, right? Or like
no. Like I think he has like gotten like high in his own spot where he's like, it's over, we've lost, like, you know.
Oh.
It's like
he's a doomer.
I can't completely disagree with him, but I understand. I know like him and Will Ferrell don't get along anymore or something, right?
But he's gone kind of full doomer. Like
okay.
You know why? He's got that TDS. He's got that.
Oh
he's
yeah.
got it real bad. So
I would be a doomer if I made Don't Look Up. And then it bombed. That would probably fuck up my whole worldview.
Well, but it got nominated for that Oscar. You know, wouldn't that assuage you a little?
For an Oscar. And it was Netflix's #1 movie on the #1 Netflix chart, so can't be better than that. What's he got coming down the pipe? He's making a movie called King of America. It's probably not going to be. Oh, no, it's a show. And a movie called Bad Blood. Starring... this is... Probably. Oh, no, this is a movie about Elizabeth Holmes. Starring, it seems like Jennifer Lawrence, because she's in the poster, but she's not on the IMDb page, so maybe this is a scam or something. I don't know. I don't know how any of this goes. Yeah. And then, let's see, what's Kings of America? Is that going to be any good? The story of 3 powerful women whose lives were inextricably intertwined with the world's largest company, a Walmart heiress, a Maverick executive, and a longtime Walmart spokesperson and preacher. Amy Adams is in it.
Okay.
This could be okay.
I like Amy Adams.
Yeah. Hillbilly Elegy Zone.
God. Meemaw. Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not Meemaw.
Yeah,
that
she's regular Maw. Glenn Close is
Meemaw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, and I never will.
No, you will once it's required for voting or something. Once the SAVE Act gets passed. I don't know if you've read it, but it's in there.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Little pop quiz about a scene specifically from the movie too, so you can't just read the book. You have to watch the movie.
Oh boy, that's the only one that has the couch fucking scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say at one point when Sandra Hüller is like, "You got to go on the mission," she's like, 250,000 people will die, or however much she says, 250 million. By 30 years, and that's if everybody shares food, which they won't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she acknowledges that the countries don't get along, but also they're all behind this. I don't know.
I think we could convince Trump to do Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
like how
else,
like how people convinced
it would be
him
really
to,
easy actually.
Like how people convinced him to make the vaccines before he decided that was bad.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. It would
that
just
was Project
be
Warp Speed.
That's right. So we took a good name for Project Hail Mary that we can't use anymore. We should probably call this Project Vaccines. No, we call it Project Trump is Awesome Midnight Thunder or whatever the fuck. Do it now. Yeah. Project Trump Kennedy Center.
Project Trump Big Penis Man. Got the
Project Barack Hussein Obamacare or something. That would be what we'd have to name the astrophage or something. Like the Obamaphage. And then everybody would be like, oh, wow. Yeah, look at it. It's Clintoning the sun. We gotta stop it. We gotta do whatever we can. I know, sir. I know. We're out of options.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think we could do it. I think there'd be smarter people that we'd have to trick too, but there's a lot of dumb ones that I think would be pretty easy.
Or maybe they just do that thing where they like don't tell him that they passed a bill about how to save the earth. Everyone just agrees. We're just not going to talk about it. And then it just goes into effect after a certain number of days without his veto.
Right. Yeah.
That's probably it. Or it's one of those things where like it gets signed into law. Because I feel like there's a lot of things that Trump signs into law or doesn't sign into law that just the first page of them says something he likes. And then all the rest of the pages are the opposite or something. Like I feel like you could trick him with like a sentence that's like, we love that Donald Trump did war in Iraq. And then you'd open it up and it'd be like, here's why we get rid of all the... I mean, we should start doing that. But Susie Wiles is too smart. We need to replace her with like, I don't know. Can we get Bongino back? He's free.
I don't know.
With the podcasting.
I know.
Yeah, he was like, I had to do a real job for once, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Feel you, bro.
Which, to be honest, you know, I can sympathize there.
Maybe we get Musk. You know, Musk loves being in government, you know, and waste.
Well, Nando, I think we know what happens when he gets involved in space exploration. It explodes.
Well, maybe he did it. Maybe that's why the thing exploded in this movie. It's because it's Elon Musk. They should have said that at one point. Yeah.
He was like, if I sabotage this, then they'll need a smart science man to go on the mission. And obviously I'm the right choice. So the phone will be ringing any day now. Not even realizing they're going to kidnap Ryan Gosling.
I believe it. I would totally believe it, especially in this movie. Because I'd be like, yeah, and he wants Melania Weintraub on the space shuttle too. Because he's an internet weirdo who, like, you know, is obsessed with her. So that totally works. And he, I feel like Elon Musk also is the kind of guy you would need for something like this, because you'd have to convince him that he can do it. Because like everybody else would be like, well, you're not going to be able to send a guy 11 light years. Like, you can't do that. He'll be dead. But you go, Elon Musk, only you can figure this out. And then, yeah, he could do it.
What do you think he thought of the movie?
He didn't see it.
His brain is cooked, man. He doesn't know anything that's going on anymore.
Didn't you see when Joyce Carol Oates lit that motherfucker up? He doesn't watch movies or read books or do anything that enriches a person's life.
I feel like there's very little... I mean, he's too busy playing that game that he pays people to play to even watch a movie. But besides that, I don't know. I feel like he can't understand it. It's bright and colorful. He probably likes that part.
Right, yeah.
And mostly white people, although not exclusively. But, like, there's that. So that part.
Yeah, so it could be better from his perspective.
Yeah. Oh, man. Right. Yeah. Well, maybe that's... Yeah. Well, why were you talking about that specifically?
I don't know.
Because of Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. I hate that movie. Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't I go ahead and spin this spaceship again, huh?
Let's spin it. Yeah.
Whoa,
tick, 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 tick,
tick, tick,
tick.
It's possible.
Tick, tick, tick. Oh, Ryan Gosling is typing slower and slower, but it landed on one of Nando's.
All right. This one is a quick one, but it is something that I want to say on the podcast because I've been saying it in real life a lot, and I said it on Twitter once. And this wheel slice is just called the Hewler method.
Here we go.
And this is the truth about the Hewler. The most brilliant thing, and this is why we should implicitly trust this character, is that she, in karaoke, picks a song that is a fine song for karaoke. It's fun, you know, it's a little weird, but it's fine. But then, after she gets done with 2 verses and 2 choruses, she says, I'm done, and just leaves. And that is how all karaoke should go from now on. We need a skip boring part button on karaoke machines, and we need an option to just go to the next song. Because it's perfect. And should be the standard now.
I don't know, Nando. That's a pretty strong opinion about karaoke from a man who doesn't do karaoke.
I know. It would be so hard to do. I also think the other thing about it is, like, there's so many songs that I look at and I'm like, that's a great song. But it's got this fucking 2-minute guitar solo in the middle of it. Like, so I'd never, ever even think about doing it. But I don't know. It's just, it was like that time you heard about DJ's wife at the, or when you heard about your wife at DJ's movie
Right.
that was like eating on her phone. Like that was that for me when I saw this happen. I was like, oh my God, I gotta marry this Sandra Bueller character that doesn't exist. Because I've never ever I didn't even know people could do that, but then they can. And that's pretty cool.
You know, Nando, I saw you tweet about this, and I just found it an interesting comment, you know, just a few weeks after, you know, Diggins and I both went to karaoke with you and various other people, and I felt targeted. I'm like, oh no,
this is something I have thought about this for decades, is that we need to, yes. I mean, since the first time I did karaoke, probably in our college, I was like, something's wrong with this, is that this is... You're standing up here just waiting for something to happen. Like there's nothing to do in this big guitar solo in the middle of a song I quite like. I don't even have a good example of one, but like there should be a you know who else has said this? John Lovett said this once on his podcast, is there should be some sort of like truncated karaoke version of songs that you can pick, because it just needs to happen. It's you know, it's why the earth is worth saving. Like I feel like that should have convinced Ryan Gosling to do it. Maybe that was why I didn't want to leave, is because he's like, we just karaoke, it's perfect now. I can't do this by myself with The Rock. Maybe you can if it's The Rock, you know, The Rock.
But he didn't know he was going to have The Rock.
That's true. He didn't. Oh, maybe he should have. What if you were like, I'll go to space, but you have to bring The Rock. Dwayne Johnson has to come with me just for fun. Like I just would like for him to be there. It would make my spirits higher and more likely to kill the astrophage. I think you could trick him. Like, not trick him, but like play the system enough to get The Rock to go with you.
But The Rock is so heavy and has so many muscles. You'll have to completely redo the fuel calculations. That's
a good point. But he's so strong, he might be able to pick up the asteroid or the spaceship and throw it. Maybe we don't even need astrophage.
You know, there's an idea.
Just give it to The Rock. Also, when they're like, "Oh, we don't have enough astrophage, we can't get you home," it's like, aren't you guys at the astrophage place now? Like, grab
the astrophage store.
Yeah, like, that's the problem with where you are specifically. I guess maybe you need more, but like, it seems like there's way too much of it here, and your ship's not that big. It's pretty big, but like, I don't know. It seems like you should be able to just gather astrophage.
Isn't this the thing too? Like when you're in space, isn't it just like you hit go and you go? Because there's nothing to stop you.
Well, I mean, you have to be able to stop eventually, right?
You have to. You have to slow yourself down. And B, you do need to accelerate to the point. Like, you don't constantly accelerate.
Right.
You need to accelerate up to light speed, which requires a tremendous amount of energy.
Okay. I was just going to say, like, once you do that, though, you're good, right? You know.
Yeah. I mean, you're good hypothetically. I think until you need
the exact same amount of energy to slow yourself down.
Right. Otherwise, you would crash through Earth like a bullet and destroy the entire planet, which would be a real bummer for all those people that just finished the astrophage thing. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, the sun's going to be okay. Oh, good, Ryan Gosling's back.
Too hot.
We're all dead. Yeah. Like, if only there was an engineer on the ship and a pilot. No, there weren't. So I just had to kind of eyeball it. Turns out, no. Turns out bad.
But I got back, guys. You said I was going to die out there. Yeah. I came back.
It's all worth it. Ah, it's a great movie. Is it woke, by the way? Is this movie woke?
Oh, is it woke?
I mean, like I said, it does suggest that people of the world can come together through understanding and science to solve problems and make the world a better place. So, yes.
But it also suggests that, like, they start doing that, and then a couple of years later, it becomes infighting, and everybody does, like, survival of the fittest to each other. So,
right, but two people from vastly different cultures can set aside their differences, learn to work together, and become best friends.
That's a good point.
And also, at the end, one of them migrates to the other's country, and they are happily welcomed and given a space where they're allowed to maintain their own culture and way of life, separate from the mainstream culture. So
and they're indoctrinating the children of that place, though. So maybe this is like maybe this is a cautionary tale.
Yeah, they're teaching
in the
them human law.
Version.
Yeah, he's teaching them human law.
Yeah,
that's bad. So really I think it's
bad.
incredibly woke.
Is there anything anything else woke about this besides that science is in it? Science is like bad.
Hewler's an evil lady. That feels like kind of woke, right?
I feel like in this movie she's not evil. Sounds like
Yeah.
Book Hewler, you got a case. I feel like she does one morally questionable thing that you can understand why she did it, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, and none of us said this, but that's the scene that needs to be earlier, right? That needs to be right before
100%.
the big mission. Yeah. So weird the way that's framed.
Because like by the time we get it, yeah, like I said in the summary, he's already like learned to like care about another thing enough that he's willing to sacrifice for it, which is the thing he's not willing to do in that scene. So it's like we're introducing the problem after we've solved it.
Yeah. It's
100%.
very, very strange. Yeah. Well, I think so. Not super woke. And me and Joey from Friends couldn't do this, I don't think, because I don't. Even though because I would have balanced the thing properly, and then that would have given me the wrong calculation for the astrophage, because I know how it's one of those things works, whatever they're called, the drink mixer, but for science. So yeah, it would. That would be a problem for me specifically.
Yeah,
Joey would do pretty well though.
You think so?
He's friendly. He makes a lot of friends. You know.
So he would like befriend Rocky, and then Rocky would do all the work for him.
Exactly, like how he got that guy to move all his stuff out of his apartment in some show I can't remember. But
yeah. God, what show was that?
Must have been episodes. I haven't watched it in a while, but like it's one of the only other shows he made.
One of the later seasons of Friends, maybe?
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
know. What are we doing next week? Do we have an idea? There's a lot of stuff out now.
Goats on VOD, right?
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. That's too bad. I hated that movie. I mean, listen, interesting.
You gave it
but
3.5 stars on Letterboxd.
I know, because it's
Goats
good.
on VOD.
It's a quality, well-made movie that I just could not stand.
Okay, fair enough.
You watch it and you'll see. I mean, we could totally do it. No, we could do Goat.
We could. That was just such like a the vitriol you have for that movie.
Yeah,
it was a Don't Look Up-esque reaction.
Yeah, it really was very similar to Don't Look Up in a lot of ways. Like that, I didn't like it, and that's the only one that matters. I would. I mean, I would definitely be interested in what you guys thought of it, and you know, movies like this always kind of come back into the zeitgeist because people, like not all of them, but a lot of movies, they get this big push once they hit home release, and it becomes like, oh, people should have gone to the theaters for this. So maybe Goat will be that.
Why on earth is Super Mario Galaxy coming out on a Wednesday?
Is it like Labor Day or something like that? One of those holidays?
It's Easter weekend, but is that like a movie weekend?
Wait, so is it coming out the 1st or the 8th?
The 1st.
Huh.
Easter weekend. Well, when do kids get off school for it? Is that Wednesday?
Usually the Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just interesting. Well, we can't do Super Mario. Well, maybe we can do Super Mario. Well,
yeah,
that's iffy.
That's tough.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
We've got like I said, Send Help is on VOD now, which is fine. I don't know if it'd be great for this. It's kind of fun. There's that War Machine movie with the man who rides a bicycle too loud. But I hear that's kind of boring. Like it's not as fun as it should be.
There's this movie called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Well, that would be no fun to nitpick because the plot is just so tight. Everything makes so much sense. It wouldn't. We'd have to it'd be a 5-minute podcast.
I hear it's like clockwork. Like everything fits together. It's like people say not since Primer has a movie been this meticulously thought out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
What about this Amazon movie? I've been seeing trailers for it called Pretty Lethal. Have you guys seen this?
No.
It's like what if the ballerinas? It kind of looks like Ballerina, weirdly enough, like the John Wick ballerina.
The best John Wick movie?
Oh man! Did you see they're making the Donnie Yen one now? They just started like developing that. Yeah, and what was his character's name? Kane or something?
I don't remember.
It was something weird because he was blind, and it was like, you didn't name yourself Kane before you became blind. But yeah, whatever it is, they're making a movie of him. I mean, maybe this could be fun. It reminds me a lot of that Bluff movie where like Amazon made it and then it was just kind of boring and it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, Thurman's in it. That's cool.
Oh, Maddie Ziegler's in it from she's one of those like dance stars from like those kids dancing shows where the lady yells at you. I've heard of her before. Oh, Lana Condor's in it. Jubilee. From at least one of those movies. Oh yeah, and there's Uma Thurman. I mean, maybe. So wait, are they assassins? Is that part of it?
No, I don't know if they're assassins or just like fighters.
Oh, okay. Oh, but it's like an action movie where like a Die Hard kind of for them or something, where it's like the ballerinas have to beat them. That could be fun.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to get to our classic segment?
I would love to get to our classic segment.
I would love that.
DJ, do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
I do. I should say first. I did say I had an announcement earlier.
Right.
I finally decided on the name what I want for my youngest. And I was just so inspired this movie, but I want his name to be on this podcast Rocky. So
not Pepsi.
Rocky. Nope. We got Disruptor and Rocky. No, Disruptor brings up War of the Worlds, which is a very bad movie, and I'm like, Rocky. Rocky's a good movie, but then this is a good movie. So I want positive connotations with this name. So Disruptor and Rocky.
So you're like, this is my favorite child, so this one should have a good name.
I'm just saying.
I like this child.
Also, I resonate with it. I watch him sleep. We can't really communicate.
You sit on his chest when he's sleeping.
But that will grow. Sometimes our environments don't aren't compatible. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm going.
He eats really weird.
Yes,
shoves it right up his butt.
Yeah, often. Yeah.
So that's what we're going with. Okay, so that out of the way. Rex. So I have been watching an incredible amount of TV lately. Just because I have. So this is like part like Rex, part just the journey of what I've been watching. I caught up on The Boys. I had not watched season 4. But I was like, well, I know the final season's coming out, so I'm like, let me just go through season 4. I did not love it. I think the season on the whole was kind of weak because I think it's kind of a lot of retreads, but the last episode is so good. Like, I almost wish they could have just like got a lot of it up into that last episode because the last episode's incredible. But
DJ, wasn't the mystery of, hey, it's that guy that only one character ever talks to and it isn't really ever doing anything important? Is he real or is he in his brain? Wasn't that compelling?
Wait, a TV show did that?
A TV show did that.
Oh my God, I've never seen that before.
It was pretty surprising.
Like, wow.
I love fucking Firecracker and some of the stuff they have her do in the 4th season. She's so funny. Yeah. And wait, that's the season with the what is his name? Like, is that the season with Bullet Boy or whatever? No. No, that's the because he's Soldier Boy's like protege. He's like a gun guy or something.
Season 3, maybe.
Yeah, he's a season 3 character. Never mind.
It's tough because there's the butcher dying for real is a big part of it. Mm-hmm. There's all the like it's too much of like the politically stuff, but like the end is good. It's like it really feels like it's like going somewhere. So for like season 5, I'm like, what are they gonna do? So that's good. Invincible, new season of Invincible came out. It's great. Invincible is so fucking good. It's so good. I feel like they keep having places to go with it, which is good. Also, it's like it feels the most like, I guess how to describe this, but with like they're so far in now where they could like bring back a lot of like story threads from like previous seasons, and like it really like makes sense. It's like, yeah, this is how this would play out, but like really grappling with the consequences of it.
Well, did you watch the new one, the one from yesterday?
I did.
Okay, yeah, that's the first one that's not in the book.
Oh, it's not? Oh,
this is the first thing like fully just like for the show, obviously written by him, so like not out of touch or out of character, but yeah, I believe in the book you don't see that guy again.
Okay. That's cool. That's like
that
really,
is cool.
really cool. I like that.
Love the voice cast for that episode.
Yes. Yeah. You got Mr. Krabs,
fun.
right? That's
you got Mr. Krabs. You got Bruce Campbell is the devil, and then the firewoman, someone I like. I think it's is it Indira Varma or something, whatever her name is. Either way, I was pretty into that cast.
Nice. But yeah, so Invincible, super good. By the way, these are both on Amazon Prime. Duh.
The best service.
Everyone loves it.
The third thing, also on Prime, but also on Freevee or Pluto, whichever their free service is the new season of Jury Duty. But it's not a new season of Jury Duty because they're evil, because I went to Jury Duty. It's like Jury Duty 1 season. This is Jury Duty Company Retreat. They named it something else because they're evil.
I mean, they couldn't do another Jury Duty. What are they supposed to do?
But they don't name it Jury Duty, a Company Retreat. Name it a Company Retreat or whatever, right? Like,
name it from the book of Jury Duty.
From the book of Jury Duty.
a Jury Duty story. Yeah.
For those of you who are not familiar with Jury Duty, this is a show that I think came out like 2 or 3 years ago, where they had a guy do fake jury duty. Kind of like a Truman Show thing where everyone else is an actor around him and like doing all this kind of like crazy stuff. They had to kind of ground it to make it seem real. And then they reveal, hey, this isn't actually jury duty. You've been on a show. They've done the same thing. And the light premises, I don't want to give the entire thing away, but essentially is that a fake company, Rocking Grandma's Hot Sauce, is going on a company retreat. And the head of HR hires a temp to, like help with the retreat, and the company's fake. Everyone's an actor, except for him, right? The temp, helping with this retreat. What I like about this version is it feels way more like a TV show. Like it's kind of like The Office, where it's like you got these characters in like an office setting, but they're going on a retreat. You have like the HR person, the marketing person, the accounting person. You have all these like characters, right? And like there's a lot of satire written into this stuff. You see that they just do by themselves, right? And like their confessionals, and so that they just do. So it feels like more of a cohesive TV show, but then they've also brought this element in of like the stuff with him is like kind of crazy, right? And you wonder, right? It's like, oh, how could you think this was real? But I'm sure there was like so many parts where it's like, he's in it being like, well, like, why would this be a TV show? This is like so boring or whatever. Like they had an 8-hour seminar on like nothing. But it's good. There's a couple parts where it's like, I feel bad for the guy going through it. Cause there's like one thing in particular that happens that seems to really impact him. That's like kind of like a downer. Nando, have you watched this?
I only watched the first episode, so
this happens in the first episode. So it's that thing that
happens,
thing,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
He takes it pretty well. Fuck it, there's a promotion's a promotion.
It does seem to affect him though. The thing
I believe it. Yeah.
He has to kill someone.
He has to kill everyone.
But I enjoy this show.
Like that movie.
It's like, it's very good. And like, again, it doesn't seem like the whole thing hinges on like we got this guy and like a prank. It's like they kind of wrote also like a funny kind of like TV show. It's like silly. My favorite character is the girl who's like the IT girl. There's a whole subplot with her that's crazy. That's the other thing too. There's like storylines. Like they've written storylines for the characters, which is also good. That like makes.
Oh, is she the one that's kind of like an agoraphobe, or is that a different one?
No, yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can see how that's fun.
She's great.
I like their Chet Hanks. They have a Chet Hanks in the thing, and he maybe is a little much, and I could see why maybe he's not the funniest character. But
that show has White Boy Summer.
It does have White Boy Summer. It's very you see it. You should watch it. I think you'd like it.
I think you'd like it too.
Very nice, like a very kind of like
too.
Good time.
Yeah, I'm curious. The first 3 episodes are out now. Probably first 6 by the time this releases, and it's on. I don't know if it's like Freevee or Pluto, whatever the fuck they name these things.
Freevee is definitely the Amazon one, but I don't know if it is. So it might be on Pluto as well.
I think Freevee's dead.
Whenever you listen to this, it could be on any one of them. They're all going to buy each other anyway. So
yeah. Okay, so Freevee doesn't even exist anymore. So I think it's Pluto, but also Amazon Prime. But yeah, it's just look up Jury Duty Company Retreat and you'll find
Everywhere but Quibi.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so
Rip
sad.
in peace.
I loved it.
I lied. It seems to be exclusively on Prime Video. I don't know why I thought it was on Pluto or whatever. But yeah, it's
because you were thinking about space because of the movie.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, watch it. It's great, and those are all my recommendations. Diggins, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't do a ton this week, but I'll wreck a thing or two. First of all, I'm gonna wreck the movie Arrival, which I think if you watched this movie and was like, the process of them learning to communicate was cool, but they kind of just gloss over it and it happens really fast. I would be interested in a more interesting, in-depth exploration of that. Then you should watch the movie Arrival from 2015. 2016?
Yeah, right. 15, 16, one of those, yeah.
One of those. Starring Amy Adams. It's also the timeline split, where we should have given her an Oscar, and not doing that has driven her to further and further depths.
Yes, exactly. That was
Have we not
the
given her one
Hillbilly
yet?
Elegy.
No, we haven't.
No,
That's what
get on that.
drove her to such madnesses as Dear Evan Hansen and Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah, I feel like we're close. There was something. Wasn't there something she got, like... Oh, I guess there was that Night Bitch movie, which didn't really work the way you'd kind of hope.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
I really
No,
wanted that
it
movie to be
wasn't.
better than it was.
Yeah. She's got Star Wars Starfighter coming out, and that has Ryan Gosling in it, and that's directed by Sean Levy, so maybe that'll get her Oscar. that she's always wanted.
I was
Yeah.
excited until the last part.
Even the word Star Wars wasn't enough for you to immediately be super skeptical of it, so that's a good... Wow, where Star Wars is right now. Incredible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Taika Waititi is making a movie about a robot that she's in, so maybe that'll be good. If Hitler's in it, then could win Oscars.
Could be. But Arrival is legitimately a great movie, though. So, like,
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
you should definitely watch it if you haven't. Also, Jenny Nicholson put out a new video.
Yeah.
About Incubus, which is like a really low rent Twilight knockoff movie. But it's also kind of about the person who made it, who is actually like really interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty bizarre story, kind of.
Yeah.
And I haven't finished it yet, but just the beginning of it, I'm like, I don't want it, man. What would you do? Like, imagine being that person, but yeah.
Oh, by the end, Nando, you might be changing your tune about what it would be like to be that person.
Oh, I think my tune is like, it would be bad. I would be like, this would fuck me up.
Oh yeah, I'm saying I think you might
Oh.
change your tune about it. Maybe it'd be good to be this person.
Okay, well there you go. I'm excited. It's another one of those like hour and a half long ones, right, or something. So I gotta
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
down
it's about an
finish
hour and
it,
a half,
but-
I think. The movie sounds insane, though. It seems so bizarre, and it might be a fun watch one day for some intrepid contest
That's
winner.
true.
Oh.
But who can say? But yeah, like I said, I didn't do a lot this week, so I'm just throwing those out there. What about you, Nando? Anything to wreck?
A lot of comics this week. Some interesting ones too. They put out one that I like a lot. I haven't even finished reading it, but I just like the concept of this. They're making they already made one of them, but it was the origin. But then the second one is like the in-universe comic of what the Fantastic Four did in the scenes that were clearly cut. So this is them fighting the Mad Thinker. And those are pretty fun. I like that they keep making those. The other stuff, like the Absolute books, have been pretty good. Absolute Wonder Woman just had a new issue that just came out. Absolute Martian Manhunter, obviously great. Absolute Batman,
Absolute
propping up
Wonder
the entire
Woman.
comic industry.
Is Absolute Wonder Woman? Is she ranting about how men are terrible because they won't do fascism hard enough?
Not yet, but
and then getting horny when a man yells at her.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she really has that many strong feelings about men. I would say that's maybe one of the main differences between Absolute Wonder Woman and traditional Wonder Woman. Maybe that's pretty cool, but it's remains to be seen. They haven't done anything with it yet, but there's a lot of what's the other word? What's the opposite of yaoi? There's a lot of that going on.
Yuri,
yeah, a lot of like, oh, these two, yeah. She's very it's a very interesting, like it's a good version of the character, because this Diana is like not a super cynical like giant mega badass like the Batman. Not that he's cynical, but like it could be a take like that, but it's not. She's actually kind of nicer than regular Wonder Woman. Just everybody around her is weird. Anyway, that's a good book. I would say it's definitely worth a read. But like like I said, the absolute books are humongous, and like they're selling manga numbers. So like I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if someone hadn't heard of them.
Damn.
It's wild. I don't know.
The comic books never sell manga numbers.
I don't know what they're gonna do when this stops or any like the gravy train ends, because like there were I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked. Let's check this again. Absolute Batman 19 is the next one that comes out. It is the one that's going to introduce the Scorpion. So it's kind of a big, or not Scorpion, the Scarecrow. So it's kind of a big deal. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, they already introduced the Joker. 20 is the one where we're doing Robin. So like it's not the most important one ever. But there are, I'm not able to find this on my computer, something like 50 variant covers for this book. Like it is insane. And a lot of them are like, you know, the one without the title or shiny ones. But like, yeah, the amount of variants out there for this book are wild. And then there was a new Flash run that just started that I'm pretty interested in. I read it yesterday. It's really weird. It's by Ryan North, who did all the good Fantastic Four stuff recently. And the artist is Gavin Guidry, who's also pretty cool. And like did Superman 78, whatever that book was called. I can't remember. But
Dinosaur Comics, Ryan North?
What is Dinosaur I don't know.
You don't know Dinosaur Comics?
No.
That's what I know Ryan North from the most, is a comic he makes. He has been making every day, I think, or at least every weekday since like the mid to early 2000s, something like that, where the premise is it's the same image every day of just like a T-Rex stomping around, and then like a Dromiceiomimus and a Utah Raptor sort of like coming in and talking to him, and they just, the dialogue is the only thing that changes.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
How many variants of that one image can he possibly make? And I think he's still doing it.
Yeah, he is. It's the same one. He like he also writes a lot of Marvel comics. He wrote the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl comic, which people really like. And then
I know he is a comics writer. That's why I was like, oh, is that Ryan North?
That's so fun. I mean, his stuff is Fantastic Four books have been really like kind of out there, which is good. Like they've been very, very weird. There's like the one where Johnny Storm falls in love with an alien that isn't anything even remotely humanoid.
Oh, I saw that panel where they're like, where Johnny's like, how do I even fuck you? And the alien's like, you'll figure it out.
Well, the alien, I think, is like, aren't you an explorer or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. And so anyway, he's writing a Flash book. Wally West is the main Flash in it. And where they are right now, to kind of spoil it, is there's somebody online who has created a like bounty program where whoever sends the best picture of themselves being saved by the Flash gets money. So kids are like throwing themselves off the roof and like tying themselves to train tracks. And it's really bothering the Flash, but it's also not necessarily illegal. So there's nothing you can really do about it.
That's
so
awesome.
It's a really fun little premise. I'm excited. I hope it I hope it works. Because this is, just the first issue, but I'm very into it. Other thing, which we'll probably talk about more as time goes on, but I watched the second season of Daredevil Born Again. I bugged Disney and they gave me a copy of it to watch.
Mr. Big Shot.
I know. Well, I saw other people doing it, other YouTubers, and I was like, I was like very envious. So I was like, there's got to be a way. And it, didn't take a ton of work, but it's 8 episodes. They're coming out over the course of 7 weeks. So like next week, there's episodes 2 and 3. And I know exactly why. It's because 1 and 2 are kind of boring, but 3 is great. And then they want to really get, after that, it really starts moving. But I think, and I'm going to make like videos about this, but like, I think the headline of this is, if you liked the show when it was on Netflix and you didn't like the Disney one, they fixed it. And like, it's still got a lot of the same characters, and like it's working on the same themes of like, what if the mayor was, Fisk, and it's about fighting fascism and whatever, and all that stuff. But it just is better, and like it looks better. It has more to say. It feels more coherent, and it brings back some characters, or like puts a spotlight on characters that you're like, oh yeah, that's like you need that character to do something. Like Karen Page is in it, and she's not really in Daredevil Born Again season 1, and like she adds a lot to it. And I will say I've seen some funny interviews with Daredevil Charlie Cox saying like Karen Page is the main love of Daredevil, and every comic fan knows that Daredevil and Karen are like Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and I'm like, no, they're not. Like, what are you talking about,
sir?
He's fucked everybody in comics, and Elektra's like his girlfriend from like Destiny and stuff. Like, but Karen, he likes Karen, and Karen's important, I guess. But yeah, it's weird. It's a weird like thing that kind of reminds me of when Arrow kind of turned into this like love story with Felicity, and it's like that's not usually the most important thing about him, but it became the most important thing about him on the show. And then I think kind of bled over into the comics. Anyway, show's great. Looks great. Matthew Lillard,
Black Canary.
Yeah, they're usually married and stuff, and like it's a pretty stable, one of the more stable relationships in DC Comics. So I don't know. They killed Black Canary, but then they brought her back, and then she was a different character. It was not a good show. I mean, it was a fun show.
And then she had sex with Batman on the street.
That's right. And then she had sex with Batman on the street after well, that's Irish Black Canary, the strongest variant of the Black Canaries.
That's true. That's true.
But what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, Shaggy is in this season. He's the single new character that's like of note. Matthew Lillard, and he's playing the kind of casual guy who like doesn't take anything seriously, but actually is pretty badass. So like, don't fuck with him. And I think he's fun. I'm glad to see him in here. I think the shtick would be kind of boring if it wasn't an actor who I'm just not very familiar with, like, and it's like kind of fun to see him do his thing. So yeah, overall very good. I think most people will probably be watching it. Like, I'm sure it's getting a lot of attention. Also, Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie is on VOD. I watched it again. It's amazing. Like, it's the fucking funniest thing. And like, I showed it to Hannah and she loved it. Like, she's never seen, because I made her watch the other ones too, but like, she's not a person who's like a diehard fan of that. So yeah, I think that is also very watchable. You guys have anything to plug, Diggins? DJ, how about you first? I made an executive decision. DJ first, and then Diggins.
Well, I alluded to this last time, but it hadn't been recorded yet, so I'll talk more about it now. So Michelle and I recorded an emergency podcast on Roses and Rejections where we talked about the cancellation of this season of The Bachelorette and kind of the fallout from that. What it does mean is that we are going to be on a tiny hiatus just while we figure out what to cover. As I mentioned earlier, I'll probably do young person and old person. What happened?
Mm-hmm. Have you seen clips from it, by the way?
I've nothing from well, not besides like what stupid. I've seen. Is it?
Oh man, it's stupid.
Yeah. But. So I mean, I'll probably do it just cause, and then I'll report back. But then, I guess, a couple months will be Love Island, but that's a long time to wait. Netflix won't tell us when the ultimatum is going to drop. We're also supposed to get that really dumb, like, Willy Wonka show that Netflix is doing. You guys familiar with this?
I don't know. Show?
Yeah, they filmed some kind of, like, Willy Wonka show last year that should air.
Like a dating show where everybody fucks Willy Wonka?
Competition.
Oh, okay.
Competition, yeah.
Oh, so it's a reality show.
Yeah.
Is it chocolate themed or is it?
Yeah, it's like they're going through the factory.
Do they have the rights? Like, or is it a knockoff?
I think it's called Golden Ticket.
Wow.
Are they going to have to fight the Shadow Nemesis or whatever it is?
The Unknown.
The Unknown, that's it.
Oh, man, I hope they get the Unknown involved.
Yeah, the Golden Ticket. An all-new reality competition inspired by the bold and imaginative universe of Wonka.
Wow, I'd never heard of this thing before. It seems real weird.
So, yeah, whenever
is Charlie Chonka going to be involved?
I hope so.
I hope so. Oh my god!
Are they going to kill all the contestants? Is this going to be Squid Game? But like, they're actually going to die?
You'll have to be all over this as the number one.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka, Charlie Chonka YouTuber,
and a Wonka movie apologist. Everything about Willy Wonka, I love.
Hey, we both thought Wonka was actually pretty good.
It was good. DJ still hasn't watched it, probably, right?
I haven't. But all this to say that it kind of leaves us with a little bit of a gap, but we will figure it out. But for now, you could just listen to how much we think that them casting Taylor Frankie Paul as the Bachelorette was crazy, and not that we knew like that this would happen, but I think some of this might have been predictable. Her in domestic violence thing, maybe not so much, but also maybe so. If
you think it was rigged that somebody's framing her for domestic violence?
No. I'm saying that like she should have never been cast as the Bachelorette because she might have had some problematic stuff that would have led to this show's cancellation. But anyway,
maybe they just didn't want to make a season, so they did it on purpose.
Maybe. Or maybe they did a bad job and they were like, we should tell people about her domestic violence so we don't have to show it to people.
There is some like reporting that like it was like a really bad season. This would be a crazy way to tank it though. Because apparently she was kind of crazy on set. So
really? I never would have guessed.
Right, yeah. But whatever. Anyway, so check that out. Diggins, now it's your turn.
And I don't got nothing. What about you, Nando?
Daredevil videos about stuff, videos about the Invincible episodes, and then some stuff following up about the Spider-Man trailer. We haven't really talked about it here, but everybody watched it apparently on Planet Earth, so there's really not much to say. I mean, there's stuff to say in the video, but not too much to say from us. And then that's pretty much it. Next week we'll see.
We'll see.
Could be anything. And
anything.
It could be anything. It should be just a random thing. Just anybody pull up Wikipedia. Just do a random article and we'll find a movie based on that. But until then, I've been at Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at To Be My Day on all the platforms.
And I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. Love you.